Hey, guys.
Hey, long day at work, huh, Ma?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were gonna have dinner without you, but then we remembered you're the one who cooks it.
Yeah.
Van, I work, you don't. Who do you think should cook?
Well, I think it should be that guy on TV who goes, BAM! But he's not here.
Are you trying to get a whooping?
Something tells me you haven't found your assistant. You know, just make sure you check all those references, Mom.
Well, I've talked to all their parole officers.
Well, a bunch of people called here today. I've been on the phone all day. Boy, unemployed people are sure chatty.
Well, I'm desperate. Does anybody sound interesting?
Oh, tell her about that guy that called this afternoon. He sounded really good.
He did?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Well, let's see. He's in his early 20s, married, has a kid. Sounded like a pretty cool guy. He really wanted the job.
Oh, my gosh, that's him. That's the guy. Oh, give me his number.
Well, I don't think he left a number.
What? He had to. Go check and see if he left a message.
Okay, I'll go do that. Why don't you start shaking a pot?
We gotta find that guy. How much does a bounty hunter cost?
Wow. You're really worked up about this, huh?
Cheyenne, you have no idea what it's like out there. I mean, one guy wanted 2 weeks off so he could go back to Middle Earth.
Oh, you know what? I know what you do. You dial *69. It'll call him right back.
Nobody used the phone since he
No.
called? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah?
Hello? Hi, don't hang up on me. My name is Reba Hart, and I got a job for you.
And my name's Van Montgomery, and I'll take it.
My roots are planted in the past, though my life is changing fast. Who I am is who I wanna be. A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor.
Okay, Jake, since Van's gonna be working with me, you're gonna be home alone for about an hour after school. You gonna be okay?
Don't worry, Mom. I'll be fine. I have everyone's phone number and a box of matches to play with.
Well, on the plus side, the house will be full with firemen when I get home. Scoot.
I'm gonna be alone in the house after school. Tell some of your girlfriends to stop by.
Van, hurry up. We're gonna be late for work. You know the boss shouldn't have to say, get out of your pajamas.
So it's true, Mom? You actually hired Van?
Yes, I did. You know, maybe I should have thought about it for a moment more. But, you know, give the family a chance, right? Van's better than nothing. Right, Kira?
You'd be better off putting a tie on a monkey and letting it loose in your office.
Come on, Van, let's go. Van, come on.
Van Montgomery at your service. Well, hello, little lady. Would you like to buy a house?
Seriously, Mom.
Van, you're not selling houses. You're my assistant, who happens to be late for his first day of work.
Oh, come on, I'm golden. I'm married to the boss's daughter.
There he is. Hey, Van, I brought you a little something for your first day on the job. It's my very first briefcase.
Wow.
Yeah.
Must be 100 years old. It smells like socks.
Yeah, well, I used to carry my workout gear in there back in the 80s. You know, I was the only straight guy at Jazzercise. Yeah.
So, Reba, very smart. Hiring somebody in the family that you can trust. You know, especially somebody who can type 80 words a minute.
What? I can't type that fast.
Oh, no. Wait a minute, that's me. Van must be the person in the family who's taken several computer classes at the Y. Oh, shoot, no, that's me. CPR class? Me. Licensed to operate a backhoe? Me.
Barbara Jean, the reason I didn't ask you if you wanted the job is because you said you've always wanted to be a full-time mom.
Oh, thank you for respecting that.
You're welcome.
So that's the only reason you didn't hire me?
Yes, that and the you being crazy thing.
Well, you two have fun. I'm sure it'll be great.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Unless somebody has a heart attack or needs me to dig a trench. Yeah. I'll keep my cell on. Yeah.
Well, are you excited, Van? You ready to get started?
Oh, you bet. But you know what? This morning is practically shot. Can we just go straight to lunch?
Well, the morning is practically shot because you didn't get out of bed until I put that waffle under your nose.
So it wasn't a dream.
Look, Van, I need you to take this seriously. This is more than just a job to me. It's my career. And what you do reflects on me.
Got it. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna need another half hour with the hair dryer.
No, you're fine. No, listen. All you need to do is remember the 3 P's to be a good employee.
Well, good thing there aren't 2, or it'd be pee-pee.
Punctuality, preparedness, and professionalism. Got it?
Got it. Okay. No, I wasn't listening. I was still thinking about my hair.
Here, let me get it for you. Now, let's go.
Hey, Mom, I'm gonna ride my bike down the stairs. What's that? You're at work? Sweet.
Hey, Jakey. I thought since we were both alone, we could spend some time together.
Now's not the best time, Barbara Jean.
Jake, you are not gonna ride that bike down those stairs. It is too dangerous.
That's what makes it fun. Haven't you ever done anything dangerous?
Well, no. My parents are really strict and mean. They never let me do anything.
I don't see your parents around. Now remember, Barbara Jean, if you crash, go limp.
Yeah.
All right, on 3. 1, 2, and... I tried to stop her. The woman's insane.
You want to go first?
You know, that's the least crazy thing I've seen all day. Because I get to work with Van.
So, Reba, things didn't go well with Van today?
Kira was right. I should have hired a monkey.
Oh, Reba, you can't. The laws are so strict.
I could just kill Van. See, I was showing this house to a couple for like the 5th time. When Van comes in late, grabs a couple of beers and says to the husband, "Hey, dude, you want to go outside and shoot some hoops?"
Men and balls. Burp, burp, burp.
Oh, Cheyenne, honey, I think I'm having second thoughts about your husband.
Too late. You should have piped up at the wedding.
Cheyenne, he's starting to interfere with my clients. I think he cost me a sale today.
Look, Mom, I have got a lot going on. For 8 hours a day, he's your problem.
Fine. When Van gets home, we're going to have a long chat.
Yeah.
Because I will not allow him to be out there making me look bad.
I sold those people the house!
What did you say?
I said I sold those people the house.
Van, you couldn't have sold him that house. You were outside playing basketball.
That's how I did it. I didn't want him just to buy the house. I wanted him to buy the neighborhood, the lifestyle. That's how that guy sold me the kayak.
Well, that's just... Wow. Good for you.
Good for us. I couldn't have done it without you distracting his wife.
Well, maybe me showing the wife the house did have something to do with the decision, too.
Nah, after you left, she was against buying, but then I showed Cindy the garden, and she was hooked. You see, Mrs. H, you gotta know your buyer. For Tony and Cindy, shooting hoop and having a few beers made that house feel like that could be their home. Home on the range. We were singing that. I'm still kind of buzzed. Oh, that's Tony and Cindy. Hey, talk to Big Daddy Van. Yeah.
Reba, are you okay? Your face is starting to get all red. It's starting to match your hair.
No, I'm fine. I'm happy for Van. I think it's great that he can just waltz in and make a sale without even trying after I've done all the groundwork for 2 weeks.
Well, you don't sound happy.
Hell, I am.
Well, all I know is that if my son-in-law did this, well, which would be weird because, I only have a son, which would mean Henry'd have to be gay, I mean, I'd love him just the same, But I don't think he's gay. But he sure does know his colors. I'm gonna go home.
Okay, Jake, if I can't trust you at home, I'm gonna hire a babysitter.
Cool. Babysitters are hot.
I don't like this age. Go on upstairs to your room.
Howdy, partner. Hey, check this out.
Montgomery Hart, because you gotta have Montgomery.
See what I did there? You thought it was gonna read because you gotta have heart. I went the other way.
Well, I would have gone the normal way, but then again, I'm normal. What's this for exactly?
We could be partners.
No, we really couldn't be partners because you really don't have your real estate license.
Details.
Not details, it's the law.
That is what's so great. You know the law and I don't care.
Van, being a real estate agent is hard. Not everybody can do it.
Are you forgetting that I sold a house?
Are you forgetting that I own the house you live in?
Hey, Van. How'd work go? How many houses you sell today?
Oh, still just the one. But the big news is that Mrs. H and I are gonna be partners.
Partners? I hope you're talking about fighting crime.
No, and we're not going to be partners.
But Mrs. H, we'll work so great together. You come in all stern and technical, like, grr, look at the closets, look at the square footage. And then I come in all cool. Hey, I'm Van. What's up? Wanna buy a house? And they do. You show the house, I sell the house. You talk them to death, I sell the house.
I talk them to death, Van? Like talking about the school systems and the plumbing and the roofing?
She can go on like that for hours.
Hey, Van, you may be misreading the situation.
No, I'm not. Are you guys forgetting that I sold a house?
No, because you won't let us forget it.
You ripped my flyer.
We're not going to be partners. We're never going to be partners. In fact, I'm going the other way. You're fired.
You're firing me? Well, this just came out of the blue.
No, really, it didn't. I have it doodled all over my day planner.
All right, fine. Fine, I'll get another job. Maybe I should find something that I'm not good at so no one gets upset.
Wow, Reba. What happened there? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy it wasn't me for once, but still.
I don't know. I want to be happy for him. I should be happy for him. I mean, he's my son-in-law. He did a great thing.
Yeah, and?
And part of me wants to be happy for him, and the other part wants to just smack him upside the head.
Look, it's totally understandable that you're a little bit jealous. I mean, he made a quick sale. He's young, he's good looking, eats like a pig, and stays in marvelous shape. I mean, if I weren't exactly like him, hey, I'd want to smack him too.
So you don't think I'm a terrible person for feeling this way?
No.
It's just that it's so easy for him and so hard for me. Got a lot riding on this. Sometimes I lie in bed at night wondering what's going to happen if this don't work out.
Hey, you remember when I got out of college and we started the dental practice?
Yeah.
Boy, I was so nervous. I made a ton of mistakes, but you remember what happened?
We got that malpractice insurance?
No, I relaxed and everything worked out. Okay, you're just too uptight. I mean, Van sold that house because he was relaxed. He was just being himself, and people can sense that.
So you think I ought to be more like Van?
Well, yeah.
Oh, come on, Brock. I got 3 important appointments tomorrow. I can't act like some surfer on cough medicine.
No, you don't have to act like him. You just have to think like him. Come on, give it a try.
No.
Okay, fine, fine. Don't change. Be all, grrr, look at the closets.
Okay, fine. I'll think like Van. Ow, that hurts.
Just make your mind go completely blank.
Hi, I'm Barbara Jean. Van, it's noon. Get up. Rise and shine.
Oh, man, I was dreaming about waffles.
Come on, get up. Get a towel, boy. We got work to do.
I thought you were mad at me
Why would you think that?
because you yelled at me, fired me, and tore my flyer.
I'm sorry about that, Van. I was feeling, well, insecure, and I was taking it out on you. But I don't feel that way anymore, because you know why? I sold a house this morning.
What? You?
Yes, yes. You know, I got to thinking that you don't take anything seriously, and so I didn't, and it worked. Can you believe it? You taught me something. Look, I'm sorry about all that stuff I said yesterday. Turns out that we could really be a good team.
So Montgomery Hart is back in business.
Well, Hart is. Montgomery is her valuable assistant who has lots of talent, but needs to learn how to act like a professional.
Oh, come on, Mrs. H. You're the only one at the office that doesn't go for this.
Van, look. You can have all the good times you want, but if you don't show up, act like you know what you're doing, and be prepared, none of that means anything. That's something you can learn from me. So get up, get dressed, and let's sail, sail, sail. We got a busy day today. We got 2 open houses, a caravan, and an empty liquor bottle. Hey, what's this?
Well, I was gonna put a ship in it.
Man, is this why you've been sleeping late and not showing up for stuff? Because having a few beers is one thing, but hiding bottles in your closet is not good.
Yeah, but Mrs. H. I know.
Man, look, I know it's been pretty rough on you since you left football. But with this real estate thing, I think you found something that you can be really good at. And it would just be plumb stupid if you let this drinking mess it all up.
Okay.
Man, you need to promise me that this is going to end.
I promise.
Good. get dressed and come on downstairs because next time it won't be just a waffle, it'll be the waffle iron.
Hey, Ma.
Hey, Cheyenne.
All right, so I just dropped Elizabeth off at daycare. What's wrong?
Is this your bottle?
What? Why would you think that is my bottle?
Well, it's not mine, and if it's not yours, then our 3-year-old has a major problem. What's going on, Cheyenne?
Now, previously on Reba. Hey, what's this?
Well, I was gonna put a ship in it.
Van, you need to promise me that this is going to end.
I promise. Is this your bottle?
What? Why would you think that is my bottle?
Well, it's not mine, and if it's not yours, then our 3-year-old has a major problem. What's going on, Cheyenne?
Adults are so weird. Why are you guys having a party because you sold a house? Isn't that your job? We don't have a party for Dad when he pulls a tooth.
Still ticked he wasn't invited.
Okay, everyone's here. Let's go in.
All right, hang on a second. Are you gonna be okay at the party?
Van.
It's just there's gonna be drinking and stuff.
Honey, I've told you this. I've had that bottle up there for like 2 months. Sometimes when I was studying, I'd have a little glass of schnapps. What is the big deal?
The big deal is that your mom thinks it was my bottle. And by the way, schnapps? I mean, it's bad enough she thinks I have a drinking problem, and now she thinks I'm the biggest wuss ever. Just tell her.
No, Van, I know Mom. If I tell her, she's gonna freak out and make my life miserable.
That's possible. But look on the bright side. She'll stop making my life miserable.
Okay, fine. I'll tell her. But you know what? I have to find the right time, okay?
All right, thank you. So you're gonna be okay at the party?
Yes, Van, I'm gonna be okay at the party. What do you think I'm gonna do? Get drunk, start dancing on the coffee table, and rip my top off?
No. That would be awesome.
My roots are planted in the past, though my life is changing fast. Who I am is who I wanna be. A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor.
I'm having a glass of wine. Brock, honey, you want a beer?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll take a beer.
No, Van, I don't think that's a good idea, you know.
Soda? You on the wagon, Van?
Yes. But they shouldn't call it a wagon, because wagons are fun. Well, if I'm gonna be drinking a soda, I'm gonna need some cheese. Maybe I have a cheese problem, too.
Oh, Van, sneaking drinks.
Well, in my defense, I tried to drink in front of you.
Look, I think you need to go to one of those meetings so you can talk to people who are dealing with the same thing you are. Honey, as much as we all love you, there's no way we can understand what you're going through.
I bet Cheyenne could.
Look, I'm saying this not only as your mother-in-law, but your boss, and I'm not going to let up on you until you go to one of those meetings. And I want you to bring me back one of those welcome chips that they give out. That way I'll know that you've actually gone to the meeting.
All right, fine.
Okay.
I'll go in the morning. But I'm not going without a hangover.
Give me that, Sam.
Give me
that.
Ugh, that pinhead in the idiot registration office won't move my stupid anatomy lab to the stupid morning.
Oh my gosh, did Barbara Jean get a job at the university?
It is gonna wreck my whole schedule if I have lab in the afternoon. What am I gonna do?
Cheyenne, Mom and I are doing something right now. She's helping me pick out the artwork for my band's demo CD.
Oh, well, do you care? Why don't you just use a picture of a toilet because that's where your band's headed?
Cheyenne.
That's actually not a bad idea. Thanks, Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, why don't you call back and politely ask to speak to a supervisor? Tell them you're a mom and you want to change the lab because of your child.
I'll try, but it's so hard to get men to do what I want when they can't see me.
Bam. Did you go to the meeting?
Yeah, I went.
Oh, how'd it go?
Oh, it was a blast. A million laughs. Here. They said to tell you that I'm cured and you should get off my back.
One day sober. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, me too. I'm having a t-shirt printed up.
Oh, when's the next meeting?
The next meeting?
Uh-huh.
Can you excuse me for a second?
Sure.
Cheyenne!
Hey, honey. How was your meeting?
It wasn't my meeting, Cheyenne. It was your meeting.
Well, good. Now you've gone and Mom will get off your back.
No, she won't. I'm telling you, she won't stop busting my hump until you tell her the bottle was yours.
And then she can bust my hump.
About what? Drinking a bottle of schnapps in 2 months? Just go to the meeting and tell her you went because you're being really careful and you can't say anything more because it's all anonymous.
I don't know. Man, I think I'd feel really uncomfortable around all those people.
If you want, I'll go with you. But come on, Cheyenne. This little misunderstanding has gotten way out of control. It's baseball season, honey. I need to drink beer.
Hey, Van, where's Cheyenne?
Oh, she went out for a little while. I thought I was the only one left at home.
So you're just hanging out, huh?
Yep, just hanging out.
Hanging out with a little refreshment
Yep.
and reading?
Trying to.
Then I need to know what's in that
No,
cup.
I don't want you to.
Give it to me.
Okay, but don't think any less of me.
Ugh, what is that?
Prune juice and vinegar. I got you.
Sorry for barging in.
Don't worry about it. Coffee?
Oh. Yum.
Reba, I got great news.
Yeah?
Kira's band has been offered a gig, but it's out of town. She'd have to stay over.
Nope.
Well, just hang on a
The
second.
answer is no. We talked about this, Brock, when Kira first got started with the band. No gigs on school nights and none out of town.
But Reba, this is special.
Enjoy your coffee. Lord, that's good coffee. I can't believe you're even talking to me about this.
Well, would you let me finish? Look, the gig is through the USO. They want her to go to Fort Hood, play for the soldiers that are leaving for Iraq.
Whoa, that is so cool.
Oh, for the soldiers. How do I say no to that?
Yeah. Hey, sweetie, how's school?
I wasn't at school. I was at a meeting.
A meeting for what?
Okay, Mom, Dad, everyone. I have wonderful news. I'm an alcoholic!
I'm having a beer.
What are you talking about, Cheyenne? You're not an alcoholic.
Yes, I am. Remember that bottle that you found in our closet that you thought was Van's? It was mine. He was just taking the fall for me. My sweet, sweet enabler.
See, Mrs. H, I told you I didn't have a drinking problem.
So, honey, you've been drinking secretly?
Yeah.
Is it because of your mom's coffee?
Well, for right now, it doesn't matter why I'm doing it. It just matters that I'm doing it. Little something I picked up at my meeting.
I still can't believe this, Cheyenne. When I thought it was Van, it made sense. I mean, you know, the guy's got a helmet with 2 beer cans on it. But I've never seen you drunk.
Oh, I know. Not only am I an alcoholic, I'm really good at it.
Yeah. But, honey, you're not really an alcoholic, right? You just went to the meeting so you can get Miss Dry County off my back?
Oh. Well, that's what I thought at first, but then I learned that I really belong there.
Wow. And like an idiot, I am standing here drinking a beer in front of you. Well, no more. I'll be in the garage.
Van! No. Pour it out.
Okay.
Van! Cheyenne thinks she's got a drinking problem, then we're all gonna be here to support her. From now on, this house is an alcohol-free zone.
Yeah, our house too.
I'm even gonna give up drinking coffee.
No. You guys, you can't do that. That just creates a fake world. The problem is not alcohol. The problem is Cheyenne. I can't change the world, but I can change Cheyenne.
You learned all that from one meeting?
Yeah. Oh, okay, the meetings are the coolest. First of all, you get to talk about yourself for as long as you want. Yeah. And the people have to listen. They even clap for you when you're done. Oh, yeah, they even clap for the losers. And believe me, there are a few losers.
Wow. So, listen, Cheyenne, honey, you're an amazing person. I know you're gonna beat this thing.
Sure you will.
Yeah, I know. It's just so heartbreaking to think of all the people who are out there still suffering. God, I remember what I was like before I got help.
You mean an hour ago? Reba, what a nice surprise.
So what brings you by?
I just got through showing a house and thought I'd pop in, see what you guys were up to. You know, just say hello.
You want a glass of wine?
Yes. Yes.
Things pretty tough over at your place, huh?
Oh, my gosh. Look, I am completely, totally, 100% supportive of Cheyenne on this. That being said, dear Lord, that girl is driving me out of my flipping bird.
Tell me, every morning I've got a new pamphlet on the windshield of my car, and it always has some guy sitting at a bar holding his head like this.
Can I maybe say something that maybe I'm not supposed to say?
Don't you always?
Is it possible, just possible, mind you, that Cheyenne doesn't have a drinking problem?
I don't know. She says she does, but I've never seen it.
Me either. But apparently she's been drinking more than any of us knew. The scary thing is, she's been hiding it.
It's just that Cheyenne has a bit of a tendency to jump on bandwagons. Remember when she wanted to change her name to Condoleezza?
Is it possible she's overreacting? Yeah, it's possible. But if you're going to be wrong about having a drinking problem, Thinking you do when you don't is a lot better than thinking you don't when you do.
Amen.
Yeah.
Hey, Van, what's up?
Nothing. I just figure I'd, come by, see you guys are doing.
You want a beer?
Yeah. I was watching the baseball game, having a beer, right? So
Yeah.
then I decide to make a sandwich. Then Cheyenne tells me that it's dangerous to make a sandwich while I'm under the influence. Do you know anybody that's gotten killed by making a salami sandwich? I mean,
I do.
I do!
Well, it's okay. It's only Kira.
Well, since you're all loaded, maybe this is a good time to bring up the USO gig.
Yeah, Reba, have you given any more thought to that?
Yes, I have. And Kira, I think this is something you really ought to do.
All right.
Are you serious? You're letting me go?
Yeah, but one of us need to go with you.
Great. I believe Motley Crue also tours with a parent.
Your mother's right, Kira. Listen, I'll rearrange my schedule. I'll go with her.
Great.
to Kira and the band.
Kira and the band. To Cheyenne quitting drinking. Cheyenne quitting drinking.
So, what you guys up to? Besides getting wasted.
Honey, we're not getting wasted. We're just celebrating that Kira's band's gotten their first out-of-town gig.
Oh, I see. What better way to celebrate good news than to drench your brains with poison?
Cheyenne, relax. It's not like we're making sandwiches.
Well, I'm glad that we're talking about Kira's band because I wanted to talk to her about that too.
Can this wait? I want to go call the guys.
No, it can't wait. Okay, I've been working on my 12-step program and I'm up to step 9, which is making amends with people.
You've been working on your program for 2 days and you're already up to step 9?
Well, I skipped a bunch of boring ones. Anyway, I realized that back when I was using, I said some really horrible things to you, Kira, about your band.
It's cool. Don't worry about it.
Kira, this isn't about you, okay? It's about me. All you really have to do is listen. You think you can handle that?
Yeah.
Anyway, even though you've said like 10 billion mean things to me and I've only said like 5 mean things to you, I just want you to know I'm sorry. Hello, you could clap.
Be sure and call me when you get there. And before the show. And after the show. And to say goodnight. And in the morning.
Why don't I just call you now and we can stay on the phone the whole weekend?
I know you're joking, but that'd work for me.
Mrs. H, you got nothing to worry about. She's just going to a military base with a rock and roll band. I mean, come on.
Hey, Kira, I'm gonna talk to the people at my meeting about having your band play at one of our alcohol-free dances. Wouldn't that be fun?
Gee, I don't know. We might already be booked at a barn raising.
Cheyenne, I'm gonna go see them off. I'll be back later.
Okay. Oh, Kira, tell the soldiers I know what they're going through. Fighting my own war.
Don't tell them that.
Thanks for letting me do this, Mom.
Have I told you how proud I am of you?
Hey, when I'm a big rock star, I'll use you as my realtor to buy me a big mansion.
Forget that. Just buy me a big mansion. Oh, shoot. I forgot. I got your band some carrot sticks and juice boxes. Be right back.
Carrot sticks.
Rock and roll. Hey, Cheyenne. Hand me that. What are you doing?
What? Nothing. Oh, this? I'm just having a little glass of wine.
A glass of wine? Cheyenne, I thought you were going to the meetings.
Yeah, in the morning.
You know, honey, I don't know much about this program you're going to, but isn't drinking between meetings a little bit of a no-no?
Mom, I'm having a bad day, okay? The school won't change my stupid lab and I need a drink.
You need a drink.
Okay, Mom, I do not have a drinking problem. Those people in the meeting, they tricked me into thinking I do, but I don't. They just want me there because I'm fascinating and I bring great donuts.
So you don't have a drinking problem?
No, of course not.
You're just the type of person that needs a drink when they have a bad day.
I don't need it. You know, this is exactly why I used to drink in my room, because I didn't want some big speech.
Oh, well, if you don't need a drink, give it to me.
Hey, Mom, you know what? You don't know what the last year of my life has been like. It's just one big crap storm after another. From Van moving to Denver and then him getting injured and losing his job, not knowing what's gonna happen to us, all the pressures at school, it sucks.
Cheyenne, when did this drinking thing start?
Well, I don't know when. You know, at some point, this tiny little thought came into my head that maybe if I had a drink, I'd feel better. One silly little drink. And you know what I found out?
That it didn't work.
No! No, it did. I did feel better. And 2 drinks made me feel way better. Till I'd wake up the next day with a headache, and I was really aware of how loud Van is. So then I'd tell myself that I wasn't gonna drink again. And I wouldn't. For a while. And something else bad would happen, and that freaking little thought would come back into my head. You probably think this sounds really weird.
No, baby, I don't. I think it sounds like a drinking problem.
I don't want a drinking problem.
Well, I don't want Barbara Jean living down the street from me either, but crap storms happen.
What am I gonna do?
First thing you're gonna do is put the drink down. Right there. Here's the second thing.
I'm scared, Mom. I really am.
I know, babe.
Howdy ho, Reba. I made you a bun cake for your party tonight. The Germans call it Bunt. Oh, those funny Germans. So, what time should I be here tonight?
The cake can stay, but you gotta go. This party is business, as in none of yours.
Yes, but like so many things, I've made it my business and prepared a speech to give to your clients. Reba is not just the best real estate agent in town. She's also my best friend. I do not know what I would do without her. Sometimes I lie awake at night and I thank God that her husband made a pass at me.
I bet God really loves to hear from you. Hey! Oh! Cheyenne, how was your 12-step meeting?
Reba, those meetings are anonymous. She's not supposed to talk about them.
Oh, no, I can talk about my meetings, and they're going really well. I mean, like, really, really, really well. I don't know why, but I don't feel the need to drink at all. So how was your day?
Give me that thing. Oh! What do you think you're doing?
I'm smoking. Look, it's no big deal. I'll quit before it affects my looks.
I'm a little more worried about your health and the health of everybody around you. Well, almost everyone.
Hey, look, I do not think smoking is that bad for you. I think tobacco's a vegetable.
Cheyenne, take it from me. It is not worth it. I mean, sure, you look cool and sophisticated, especially if you got a sterling silver case and a holder like I did.
Wait, you used to smoke?
Pack a day. And I'm telling you, smoking makes you a social pariah. Nobody wants anything to do with you.
Are you sure they knew you smoked?
Ha, Fraulein.
Okay, look, I know it's bad for me, but it helps me not want to drink.
Honey, if you're having a hard time with this, maybe I shouldn't have this party for my clients. I mean, there'll be a lot of drinking there.
No, Mom, look, I told you, I cannot live in some fake world and pretend that alcohol doesn't exist. I just need to smoke right now to help me get through this.
Look, let's work something out. Cheyenne, I'm sure if you quit smoking, Reba will let you have a snort now and then.
No! She will not smoke and she will not drink. As for you, you can smoke and drink. Go skydiving for all I care.
I bet she's the life of Oktoberfest.
My roots are planted in the past, though my life is changing fast. Who I am is who I wanna be. A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor.
Hey, Mrs. H.
Oh, Van, good. I'm just finishing you up a grocery list.
Sorry, don't have time. We've got our party later on, and I still have to work on my conversational pieces.
Conversational pieces?
Hey, it's hard work being witty. And I don't want to step on my tongue like the last party. I don't know why pregnant women get so touchy when you ask them when they're due.
That's because she wasn't pregnant. And she wasn't a she.
Well, I'm pretty sure he was wearing maternity pants.
Van, look, Cheyenne's going through some stuff.
Yeah, I know. Watch her like a hawk.
I was going to say,
Be supportive, I know, I got it. Man, you take stuff so seriously.
stop it! It's just that I'm worried that she's having a harder time with all this than we thought she would. Now, we need to be aware and pay attention to what she's going through.
Man, Mrs. H, life does not have to be a constant. Grr, look at me, I'm Reba. What obstacle do I have to overcome today? Just go with it, man. Man, Cheyenne, your mom's got a bug up her nose. She's all over me how I should be watching you like a hawk and what a tough time you're going through. And grrr, I'm Reba. You know how she is.
Wait, why are you supposed to be watching me? Was she asking about my drinking again?
Yeah, like I don't pay attention. I should have been, look, red. I'm her husband. I got this. I know what she's up to, but I didn't. You know why? Because I'm afraid of her.
You know, this is really starting to get on my nerves. I mean, you admit that you have a problem, you take the steps to deal with it, and then all of a sudden everybody treats you like you're a completely different person. You know? Why? Can everyone realize that I'm just the same old Cheyenne as I always was?
Exactly. I realize it because I'm aware. Hey, can I have one of those vitamins? Give me a Wilma and a Dino. You know what? I had a Dino yesterday. Make it a Barney.
No, Dan, those vitamins are not for you.
Are those chick vitamins? Will I grow boobs?
No. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something, but you cannot repeat it. It's called disulfiram.
You're right, I can't repeat that.
It's a prescription medicine for alcoholics. Makes you violently ill if you drink alcohol.
A pill that makes you sick if you drink? Well, doesn't that ruin drinking?
Well, that's the point. It's called Booze Away.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I know that if I have one of these, I can't have a drink.
So why are you hiding them from your mom?
Because I don't want her to find out. She's been on my case about everything. She's always snooping around looking for signs of trouble. So promise me, Van, if she asks you as far as you're concerned, those are just vitamins.
Got it.
Thank you, honey.
Have you always smoked?
Hey, guys, listen. It's about Cheyenne. You know, I think we should all be impressed that she hasn't had a drink in 2 weeks.
Hey, I haven't peed in 6 hours.
But when somebody gives up something like Cheyenne has done, well, sometimes they do other things. Things that we might wish they weren't doing.
Like what?
Well, like, for instance, smoking.
Smoking what?
Cigarettes. I just wanted to make sure that you guys weren't going to look at Cheyenne smoking and think, oh, wow, she looks so cool. Maybe I should try that.
Oh, man, that last sip topped me off.
Did you honestly think I'd start smoking just because Cheyenne is?
You know, I just didn't want for you to be curious about cigarettes and for that to lead to you trying them. Here, you want to take a look?
I've seen them before, Dad.
These are nasty little buggers. I know how seductive these things can be, Kira. I used to smoke.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I quit before Cheyenne was born. Haven't smoked since.
Good for you.
You know, you might find yourself in a situation where somebody offers you one of these things.
I have. That's when I use that powerful just say no technique.
Just smell that tobacco, they might say.
Thanks for the advice. You can throw those away now.
Huh. Darn straight I'm throwing them away. Because smoking is bad and evil, Kira. Bad and evil, I tell you. Oh, baby.
Jeez, Mrs. H, you sure did get a lot of booze.
Well, Van, a lot of people feel uncomfortable at these business-type get-togethers. So a few drinks kind of help break down the barriers. That way they can relax and get right to their conversational pieces.
It is hard work being witty.
Oh, look, there's Cheyenne's purse. You know, I'm halfway tempted just to go through it to make sure she got rid of those stupid cigarettes. Oh, who am I kidding? You know, I'm just doing this because I'm trying to protect her.
Well, I care. She goes through your purse.
Nope, no cigarettes, just a bottle of vitamins.
Vitamins? No.
And what are you doing?
These vitamins are for women.
Van, I'm a woman.
Don't you have special vitamins for people your age? You know, for bone loss?
Oh, come over.
Seriously, Mrs. H, you don't need these vitamins. You look terrific. I'm serious. You're hot. If I wasn't married to your daughter, I would totally...
Ah, stop it! Look, Van, we're fixing to have a party. And I don't have time for these silly games. Come on.
All right, I tell you what. If you can snatch this out of my hand before I close... Probably won't be needing my conversational pieces.
In our real estate dealings, Van and I focus on being positive. Like I always say, if life gives you lemons, make yourself a screwdriver.
Whoa! Hey.
Van, what are you doing?
I think this bottle of vodka is bad. Yep, it's flat. Let me get you a fizzy one. Cheyenne, where have you been? I need your help.
What are you doing?
Trying to keep your mom from drinking this vodka?
You could just pour it down the drain.
Yeah, I could.
Wait, why are you trying to keep Mom from drinking?
Because before the party, your mother snooped through your purse, found your bottle of booze-away pills, thought they were vitamins, and took one. Now, if she takes a drink, she's gonna blow like Mount Rushmore. You have to tell her.
Now? In the middle of her big party?
I can't pound this whole bottle of vodka. I barely got down the scotch.
Look, Van, if I tell her, I'm just gonna get some big old lecture. We'll keep her from drinking, okay?
Keep your mom from drinking? Have you even seen her at parties? It's like she's sponsored by Smirnoff.
Quick, she's got wine. Go.
As I was saying, Van is my son-in-law. And I thought, well, I'll just bring him in to work with me, and he's been doing a really good job.
Ah, shoo!
Van!
Oh my gosh, is that my gum? Here, let me get it out. Wine's a little corky. Should probably switch to juice.
I'll just have a beer.
I think we're out.
No, there's one right over there.
Excellent beer spottage, Mrs. H. Good eye. Good eye. Like I said, we're out.
Well, if anybody wants a beer, we can just squeeze Van. If you'll just pardon us just for a second here. Van, what's wrong with you?
I'm a little buzzed there, Redster.
Mom, we found out that alcoholism is hereditary, which means you could easily get it from me.
I appreciate your concern, but I have to give a speech, and I don't have anything to toast with.
Just say you'd like to make a toast, and then hold up a piece of bread. You see, booze doesn't make you charming, humor does.
Move. Everyone, pardon me. I'd like to thank you all for coming out today. You know, real estate isn't about houses and land, it's about people. And Van and I feel like our clients are the best darn people in all of Houston. So, cheers.
Mrs. H, no! Real estate's also about, family. It's family togetherness, you know? And, it looks like someone starting their own family, ma'am. When are you due?
Angie is not pregnant.
What?
So, everyone, cheers. Cheers. So, stick around, have a great time, relax, enjoy yourself. And when you go home tonight, think about who... think about who put you there. Think about... Oh, God, excuse me. Oh.
Well, this has given us a lot to think about.
Yeah.
Did you just spray yourself with canola oil?
Dolly, what? No, of course not. Oh, you mean that?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
You mind telling me why you just sprayed yourself with canola oil?
They say it's very good for the skin.
And every time I walk into a room today, you are spraying yourself with something. Cologne, air freshener, cooking spray. I find that odd. And it makes me want to ask you a question.
Oh?
What's her name?
Whose name?
The skirt you've been running around with? The one whose perfume you're trying to cover up? Is it that tramp Kathy Tillman? Oh,
Barbara Jean, look, there's nobody.
you liar!
Barbara Jean, look. It's this. I've been smoking.
Smoking? Yeah. Who got you hooked on smoking? That tramp Kathy Tillman?
Barbara Jean, think. What would I need with another woman when I have these?
Honey, this is not okay. We have 2 children living in this house. You cannot smoke. This has got to stop.
It will. It will, I swear. You know, I'm just gonna finish this pack and then I'll...
Brock.
Fine. I'll go to the store and get some patches.
And honey, I'm sorry I got so crazy back there. And just so you know, Kathy Tillman is one of my nearest and dearest friends.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Don't worry, Mrs. H. I told everybody you've been drinking all day.
Van, your breath is making me nauseous.
Right back at you.
Oh.
Van, leave Mom alone and quit breathing on her. She's sick.
I don't understand it. I was feeling terrific.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, you eat right, you work out, you take your vitamins.
Knock it off, Van.
Oh, I'm just making a little joke. She has no idea what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
Oh, well, I'm not telling. Not telling, not telling. Seriously, You'll be mad.
Cheyenne, what is he talking about? Tell me right now.
All right. All right. Clearly the hens need some time to cluckety-cluck. This rooster's gonna be upstairs.
What's he talking about?
Okay, you're probably not gonna think this is funny now, what with all the vomiting and stuff, but when you feel better, I promise you are gonna see the humor.
Step it up, Cheyenne. I'm about to wreck your blouse.
Okay. Here's the thing. That vitamin that you took earlier, well, it's not exactly a vitamin. It's called Booze Away, and it makes you sick if you drink alcohol. And I didn't realize how sick, so boy, that is a warning.
So you take a pill so you don't drink? What do they think about that down at the meeting?
Oh, okay, about the meetings. I stopped going.
Cheyenne, why would you stop going to the meetings?
Well, because I had to. They got a bell.
What?
Well, you used to be able to talk about yourself for as long as you wanted, and everyone had to listen. But now, when they think you talk too long, they ring a bell on you. And I'm the only one they do it to.
Oh, honey, I'm sure it just seems that way.
Oh, they call it getting Cheyenne.
Well, what are those people thinking? The whole point of having the meeting is so you'll talk about your drinking.
Okay, well, that's not exactly what I talk about.
Okay. What is it you do talk about?
I talk about lots of stuff, you know, like shopping and makeup and shoes, American Idol.
Cheyenne, it's a 12-step meeting, not a slumber party. Why don't you talk about the drinking?
Well, because that's embarrassing.
Really? More embarrassing than getting Cheyenne?
I just want this to be over.
I know you do, honey. But it's going to be a struggle and something you're going to have to deal with for the rest of your life.
Well, thanks for the pep talk.
I'm through giving you pep talks. You're going to have to stop taking the easy way out.
So I'm supposed to go to those meetings and have them ring a bell on me?
If that's what it takes to get you better, then yes, ma'am, you're going to have to do it.
Fine. I'll go. But I'm going to start by telling them how mean my mom is.
Okay.
Cheyenne. I need you to come upstairs with me and clean the lamp that I broke. Reba! Reba, 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 Reba! 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 Why is this bed so high? Why are there so many pillows? Oh. Oh.
Hey, Van. So, I decided that I'm gonna go back to my meeting tomorrow, and I cannot wait because I have so much to talk about. Which reminds me, I gotta pick out an outfit. I was shopping at the mall today at my favorite store, and I saw this really cute pair of pants. I mean, they were a little trashy. Not trashy on me, but trashy on other people. But it turns out they didn't even have my size. You know what? It is so cool that I could talk to you about stuff like this since I can't talk about it at my meeting anymore. I totally forgot to tell you. Elizabeth, we were walking through the mall, and this girl came up to us, and she wanted us to take pictures of Elizabeth because she said she was beautiful.
Found you a man.
Barb Jean, for the 15th time, I'm not dating your grandpa.
You missed the boat. He ran off with his day nurse. Well, not so much ran as... But
I know you need a little help in this area, so I signed you up for an online dating service.
What do you mean?
Dating is when two people who like each other go out in public.
Yeah, and they're called a latte because they cost a lot.
Van, when you asked me to watch Elizabeth while you went to the store to get her some orange juice, I didn't think you meant in Florida.
Sorry it took so long, Mrs. H, but I couldn't remember which kind Elizabeth liked, so I had to call Cheyenne, who needed a ride home from the library.
Yeah, so he picked me up, and since both of us were hungry, we decided to go to lunch.
So where's the juice?
Shoot! Can you watch Elizabeth while I run to the store to get the juice?
Oh, you might want to get some aspirin for yourself.
Why do I need aspirin?
For your headache!
Guys, will you please tell Miss 19th Century here that online dating is a great way to meet compatible men?
I'll tell him to wear a helmet.
Reba, at least take a look at who the computer picked for you. I mean, one of these guys could be your soulmate. Hey, what about Steve, the mortician? Or Greg, the prison guard? Or Jorge, who works at the zoo?
Oh, that guy's a keeper. Yeah. Zookeeper!
You know, Mom, maybe you should date. It might put you in a better mood.
You have been a little cranky lately, Mrs. H. Don't hit me.
Did you ever stop to think that I wouldn't be so cranky if I didn't have 5 loads of laundry, babysitting job, and dishes to wash?
Well, okay, look. I can do the dishes. Van can do everything else. I mean, that's a little housework compared to you finding your soulmate.
Well, I have been a little cranky lately.
Yeah?
I do need something.
And I know what it is. Starts with an L, ends in an E, has an O and a V, rhymes with dove. La 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 la.
Oh, all right! What do I have to be worried about? That I'm gonna meet a crazy person?
Love!
My roots are planted in the past, though my life is changing fast. Who I am is who I wanna be. A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids, who never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor.
Can't believe I said we'd pick up the slack when Mom's out catting around. And look, Van, can you believe that someone had dirty dishes in the bottom of the hamper?
Jake. That little scamp.
Knock, knock. Is your mom back from her coffee date yet?
Oh, yeah, she's back. I'm just preparing for surgery.
I don't see why they had to go out for coffee. I mean, that's what she and I do together. But I'm okay, you know, because if this guy works out, it'll mean that I set Reba up with the love of her life. We'll bond over her first date, her first kiss, their first fight, where I'll have to comfort her. There, Reba. Let it out.
Hello, loved ones. Barb Jean.
So, how did it go?
Well, I have to say that was one of the best afternoons I've had in a long time.
Real happy for you, Mrs. H, but Cheyenne and I are going to the movies. So, trash needs to be taken out. Dishes are in the hamper. See ya.
Whoa. Hang on, you didn't let me finish. He also asked me out for dinner tonight, so you guys will have to stay in.
What? This is so unfair. You know what? After I've done today, I'm not cooking dinner.
Believe me, Cheyenne, nobody wants that.
Well, seeing as I played Cupid on this one, when do I get to meet Mr. Wonderful?
Didn't I already set you up with a man?
how was your day? And you say, fine. That is not real communication. I mean, friends talk to each other, even after they've made new friends. Though something I wish your mother knew. Now, I have told you the story about how I got fired from a llama ranch because I sang to the animals, okay? Now, the least you could do is just tell me one lousy thing about your day. Reba? Oh, crap.
Let me guess. Reba's out on a date again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Third night this week.
Please send me home.
Sorry, buddy. I'm sure your mom will be back soon. Listen, why don't you go hang out with Henry?
Honey, I'm worried about that boy. Being abandoned by his mother is causing him to shut down emotionally.
Oh, come on, Barbara Jean. You made him watch your DVD of The Way We Were 3 times. He's not shutting down, he's playing dead.
Fine. All right, it's me. I miss her. This morning I had coffee with her photo. Reba!
Sorry, love to chat. Don't have anything to say. Jake, let's go!
So, Reba, how was your date with this so-called really great guy?
Oh, wonderful. We had dinner and caught an early movie.
Reba, you need to slow down. This is just happening too fast. You need to see other people. I'm available.
No, I'm not going to slow down or see other people. As hard as it is to believe, I have found someone wonderful. Someone who appreciates me. Someone I think I could spend the rest of my life with. As a matter of fact, I think I'm in love. It's about time. Don't you know they're in here talking to me?
Are you really in love, Mom?
Jake, can you keep a secret?
Am I gonna have a little brother?
Sit down. Jake, I'm not in love. I'm not even seeing anybody. I'm just pretending to go out on these dates so I can have a little alone time for me. Take a break from the loony bin.
I hear you. Dad and I didn't really join the Scouts.
Really? Then what do you guys do every Saturday?
Hey, are we keeping secrets here or not?
All right, fine, Jake, but you're missing out on a whole lot of fun.
What are you yelling about?
I was trying to pull that old Tom Sawyer paint the fence trick, telling him folding laundry's fun, but he's no idiot. Hey, Cheyenne, did you know folding laundry is good for your skin?
Hey, has Reba left for her date yet?
No, she's in the kitchen, which is spotless thanks to me, and she better not be making a mess in there!
Hey, Barbara Jean, did you know that folding laundry lifts and firms your buttocks?
Yeah, right. So, have you two met this guy your mom's been dating?
No, and I'm beginning to think that's a little weird.
Yeah, well, for one, I'm not gonna trust this guy until he comes to the house, meets the family, and starts picking up his share of the chores around here.
This is just so ridiculous. I can give her everything a man can.
Yeah, look. Reba clearly does not want us to meet this guy. That's not really fair to him. So I think we should track down this guy and see what he wants.
That's a good idea. Okay, I got a plan to figure out where she's going tonight. Watch and learn.
Hey, Van, you know what? I think it really does feel firmer.
So, Reba, where are you going tonight?
Reverse psychiatry. Nice.
What do you want to know?
We need to know where you're gonna go, just in case we need to call you, just in case of an emergency.
Yeah.
I have my cell.
Well, what if you're having dinner in the mountains and we can't reach your cell?
There are no mountains in Houston, Van.
Well, what if you're having dinner in an underground bunker made of lead?
We'll sit by an underground window.
She's got an answer for everything. Okay, plan B. Here's what we do.
Yeah.
We call her cell, we record the background noise, we have it analyzed by a restaurant sound expert. Bam, we got him.
That's good.
Hello? Yeah? Yes. Hi. Yes, thank you very much. That was Petit Jacques calling to confirm Mom's dinner reservation tonight.
Oh.
Okay, here's what we do.
Okay.
We call Petit Jacques, who record the background noise. We have it analyzed by a
Get in the
restaurant.
car.
Hey, Jake, can you tell Kira to watch Elizabeth for a little bit?
Sure, she gets $50 an hour.
What? No way. $7 an hour and she could talk on the phone to the other witches in the coven.
Cheyenne, we don't need to negotiate with him. He's tiny and I can throw him.
I speak for Kira, and the price just went to $60. Want to throw me now, Van?
Can I buy you some dinner to go with that wine?
Oh, no thanks.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were with someone.
Oh, I'm not. Well, I am, sort of, but not really. But thanks, but no.
Something tells me you're gonna have a hard time deciding on an entree.
What are y'all doing here? You're gonna ruin my date.
Oh, yeah? It was such a great date. How come you're reading a book? Oh, Lord, he's a writer.
That's right, he's a writer.
Oh, Reba, I see through your facade. Your date stood you up.
What kind of a guy has a chance to be with you and then leaves you? At the table.
Look, guys, my date did not stand me up, okay?
Well, we're not leaving until we meet him.
Okay, all right, fine. He's, there he is. Excuse me. Oh, okay. I changed my mind. I want dinner.
What?
Yeah, that's, my family over there. They're all crazy. My name is Reba, and if you would pretend to be my boyfriend, then they'll probably leave me alone, okay? Now go. Smile. Get your drink. Here we go. Here he is. This is, my date. Date, this is my family.
Oh, you certainly know your way around a bar. Thanks for taking the 12 steps over here.
I'm Brock, the ex, the shoes to fill.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Ted. I'm Irina's boyfriend.
Her name's Reba.
He calls me Irina because I remind him of a Russian princess.
That is so cute.
Hey, what do you say we ditch this place? Go back to the house. Mrs. H can whip up some supper, and you can start folding some sheets.
Yeah. So, Ted, Reba hasn't really talked about you. So talk.
Okay, well, I like fishing.
Me too.
You do not.
Do now.
She's my little fish girl.
Oh, that's me. Yellow. No, Jake, we did not talk about overtime. I swear I will throw you.
So, Ted, tell me about Ted.
Well, my name's Ted, and I'm a bicycle salesman from Ottawa. I'm only in the States part-time.
Canada. land of scam artists.
I thought you were a writer.
No. Rider, a bicycle rider. Oh, you thought I meant book writer?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's funny. Okay. I'd never date a book writer. No, they're worse than musicians.
Oh. You're from Canada? But that's so far away.
It's a beautiful place. You'll like it, Reba.
Really?
What do you say? You want to get married?
Well, Ted, this is a little odd.
No, she does not.
Barbara Jean.
I love this woman. And I'm taking her to Canada.
Ted.
Oh, yeah? Well, I love her more, and if I can't have her, no one can.
Okay, you can have her.
Yeah, I thought
All right, fine. All right, looks like I'm paying overtime. Can we speed this up, people? Todd, get in the car. You're moving in.
Okay, that's it. Ted is not my boyfriend. I don't have a boyfriend. The person I was dating was me.
Well, then who's this guy?
Well, my name really is Ted, but I'm not a Canadian bicycle salesman. I was just trying to be weird enough to scare off your family. Good luck.
So, Reba, you never had a date?
Yeah, I did. I had a date set up with the zookeeper, but he never showed. But as I was sitting there by myself, I realized something. I realized that I like spending time by myself. But I'm always so busy taking care of y'all that I never get the chance to do that.
Oh, Mrs. H, you know what's a great way of spending time with yourself? Folding clothes.
I need some time away from the house. And if that means going out reading a book or learning French, well, I don't think that's such a big deal, and it's not too much to ask.
We're sorry, Mom. I guess we didn't realize how much you did around the house till we had to do it ourselves.
Yeah, we learned a valuable lesson. It only cost me $80 and an iPod.
You gave him my iPod? You had better back up my Serenity bath mix, Van.
Well, Reba, glad you weren't dating a con man. And when you do find someone, I hope he's at least as handsome and well put together as I am. Yeah, well, you deserve it.
Thanks, Brock. But I hope he doesn't have your bird legs.
You still think about him, don't you?
I'll be out in a minute, Tweety.
Okay.
Sweetie. Look, Reba, I'm really sorry that we all came down here tonight to ruin your date. I learned something about myself that I don't like very much. Turns out, I would rather you were unhappy in all mine than happy with somebody else. Does that make me a bad person?
Oh, Barb Jean. Of course it does.
It's just that I know that someday you're gonna meet someone special, and I'm just gonna have to find a way to deal with the loss of my best friend.
You know, Barb Jean, I realized something a long time ago. No matter where I go or who I meet, or how many times I change my phone number, you'll hunt me down like a dog. Well, thanks, Ted. You're a good sport. You know, my family seems a little weird, but that's only at first impression. They're also dangerous.
My family's crazy, too.
Really?
But after meeting yours, I think I'll call mine.
Hey, by the way, what do you do for a living?
I'm a musician.
Hey, I just went to the kitchen and got these myself. Hey, Reba, aren't you glad I invited Ted to come over?
Yeah, and we're so glad you stayed.
Isn't she a pistol? You know, I was just thinking that if you two like each other, technically, I introduced you.
That's true. Reba never would have invited me over if she didn't want you to go away.
I know. Isn't life funny? You know what else is funny? This one time, Reba and I went bowling. It's hilarious. Oh, okay, I get it. You two want to be alone. All right, Reba, you and I, we will catch up later, okay? Maybe we can have dinner here sometime. Without Ted. Call me.
a testament to the dramatic change that had occurred. Thank you. The gratitude was sincere, a heartfelt appreciation for the unique compliment. You're welcome. I'm gonna go make some calls. The departure was sudden, a retreat from the intensity of the moment. So, Barbara Jean, yeah, is it true that when you lose a bunch of weight, you want to do,
Bounce ka bounce.
The question was awkward, a hesitant attempt to understand the new reality.
Hum.
The reprimand was sharp, a clear indication of the inappropriate nature of the question. Oh, Cheyenne, don't be upset. You're still hot. You're like a bleached-out Jan Brady.
Januari Jan Brady.
The attempt at reassurance was clumsy, a humorous contrast to the previous comparison. I'm Marcia.
Marcia, marcia, marcia.
The correction was emphatic, a clear assertion of identity in the face of confusion. So, Reba, I got an idea. You should come down to the gym and meet Jordan, my trainer. Seriously, he will change your life. I mean, he is so much more than a personal trainer. He taught me how to work out and eat right. We go over the clothes I'm gonna wear, the movies I'm gonna see. The enthusiasm was contagious, a genuine belief in the power of the transformation. Whoa, the movies you're gonna see? What's that got to do with you getting in shape? The skepticism was understandable, a questioning of the unconventional methods. Oh, nothing. We just have the same sense of humor. That Tim Allen just kills us. I mean, whether he's playing a dog or Santa Claus, you just buy it. So, you'll come meet Jordan. The connection was unique, a testament to the unexpected bonds that can form in the pursuit of a common goal. No, the refusal was firm, a reluctance to embrace the unfamiliar. Oh, come on, Reba. I want my best girlfriend to meet my best boyfriend. Boyfriend? Oh, whoops. That came out wrong. The slip of the tongue was revealing, a hint at the complexities of the new relationships that were forming. Oh, well, thanks anyway. But I'm just gonna be here with my smoothie. Delicious, just like fruit gravy. The rationalization was humorous, a testament to the power of self-delusion. Oh, hey, Barbara Jean. Here you are. Listen, how would you like to go out and grab a quick lunch? Just the two of us. The invitation was spontaneous, a desire for connection in the midst of the chaos. Oh, honey, I can't. I'm going to the gym. The refusal was polite but firm, a commitment to the new path. Well, can't you skip it just this once? Come on. I'll take you to that romantic French place you like so much. The temptation was strong, a reminder of the simple pleasures that had been sacrificed in the pursuit of the new goal. Really? Skip the gym and eat French food? No confondu bras. The pun was terrible, a humorous reflection of the inner conflict. Man, she blew me off again. All she wants to do is go down to the gym and spend time with Jordan, her trainer. The frustration was evident, a realization of the changing priorities. Exactly. Frankly, I like the new but the new attitude not so much. The observation was candid, a recognition of the complex reality of the transformation. Oh, that's really funny coming from the old but. The retort was sharp, a reminder of the importance of perspective. Jordan's so great. Jordan's so toned and funny. The admiration was genuine, a testament to the powerful impact of the new relationship. Well, I got news for you. Nobody's toned and funny. The skepticism was understandable, a questioning of the perfection that was being presented. Rob, you're overreacting. The reassurance was calm, a steady presence in the midst of the storm. Oh, really? Yeah, I think she might be having an affair with this guy. Barbara Jean with her trainer? I mean, sure. He's probably a better man than you are, better looking and younger. But the suspicion was dark, a shadow cast over the bright new reality. That's it. Reba, I need you to help me out. I want you to go down to the gym and see if there's anything going on. You know, spy on him for me. The request was desperate, a plea for help in uncovering the truth. No way. You know, Barbara Jean may have a long list of faults, and I have that list if you need a copy. But she is nothing if not faithful. The defense was staunch, a testament to the strength of their bond. Yeah, right, up until now. But now that she's thin and hot, she has all kinds of options. The fear was palpable, a realization of the fragility of the new reality. Look, Brock, if it's worrying you that much, be honest with her. Tell her how you feel. Tell her that you just need a hug every now and then. The advice was simple, a gentle reminder of the power of vulnerability. Oh, now there's a great idea. See? Why, since my competition is a macho, muscular dude, I should go the other way and appear all weak and whiny. Your solutions are ridiculous. Reba makes me to spy on those. Stupid. The sarcasm was biting, a reflection of the deep-seated insecurities that were surfacing. Hard to believe they're supposed to be good for you. The observation was humorous, a gentle mocking of the unconventional methods. Hey, Mrs. H, you off for your power walk? The question was innocent, a casual inquiry into the daily routine. Man, I love old people. Power walking, moving along, swinging their arms, like there's a big sale for false teeth. The description was vivid, a humorous portrayal of the everyday realities. No, I'm not going for my power walk. This whole physical thing is getting everybody acting wacko. The frustration was evident, a realization of the unexpected consequences of the transformation. What do you mean? The confusion was genuine, a desire for clarification in the midst of the chaos. Well, your dad thinks that the guy who gave Barbara Jean her new body is wanting to take a forespin. The suspicion was dark, a shadow cast over the bright new reality. He probably does. What are you talking about? Guys are pigs. They're dogs. They're all animals. They just care about hot women. They're hot dogs. My point is that when you got a hot lady, you got to keep your guard up at all times. The cynicism was deep, a reflection of the harsh realities of the world. I used to. The confession was quiet, a poignant reminder of the past. You used to? The question was surprised, a realization of the hidden depths. No, baby, don't take it like that. It's just that I've grown into a mature, stable individual. That's all. The reassurance was gentle, a testament to the power of growth and change. Well, I don't like it. Where have you been? The frustration was evident, a plea for understanding in the midst of the confusion. I went to get something to eat. The explanation was simple, a practical response to a complex situation. So, Ben, you think that Brock might be right about this trainer? The question was probing, a desire for insight into the hidden dynamics. Sure, this guy could be hot for Barbara Jean, but since Barbara Jean isn't looking to play, there's no problem, and it's obvious Barbara Jean isn't looking. The analysis was logical, a rational assessment of the situation. Why is this obvious? The request for clarification was persistent, a desire for absolute certainty. 2 reasons. Barbara Jean isn't good at keeping secrets, and she thinks of you as her best friend. If she were fooling around with this guy, she'd be constantly talking about him to you. Heck, she'd probably even want you to meet him. The logic was undeniable, a clear understanding of the complex relationships. Meet him? Oh, where are you going? The realization was sudden, a shocking revelation that shattered the illusion. Go down to the gym with the rest of the wackos. The decision was resolute, a determination to uncover the truth. All right, well, keep those arms a-swinging. The encouragement was enthusiastic, a gentle reminder of the importance of staying active. Oh, hey, Reba, you came. The greeting was warm, a welcome presence in the unfamiliar environment. Yeah, man, there's a lot of beautiful people around here. You should see them naked in the shower. The observation was humorous, a light-hearted commentary on the surreal surroundings. Hey, Jordan. Hey. The introductions were brief, a simple exchange of pleasantries. Ready to start, Barber Jean? The question was eager, a clear anticipation of the task ahead. Yeah. Hey, you look great in that outfit. The comedy of a man who loved his wife more than anything in the world. I think it is a completely good thing that when I look at you, I do not just see the beautiful girl with the killer body that I met in high school. Van told her, his thumbs gently stroking the backs of her hands. I see my wife, and I am attracted to her whether she is all dressed up, ready to go out to a fancy dinner, or just sitting on the living room couch wearing those washed-up, terrible flannel pajamas. Cheyenne's eyes filled with tears. Really? Yeah. Van smiled, leaning in to kiss her forehead. You are beautiful to me entirely because of who you are. Cheyenne let out a wet laugh, a tear escaping and rolling down her cheek. I feel kinda stupid right now. Van chuckled, wrapping his arms around her waist and pulling her close. That is also exactly who you are, and I love it. He kissed her deeply, a kiss that held 1,000 unspoken promises of loyalty, adoration, and unconditional love. The insecurities of the day melted away in the warmth of his embrace. Van pulled back slightly, a mischievous glint returning to his eyes. Come on, you. Cheyenne smiled, wiping her tears away. Where are we going? Van grinned, pointing toward the ceiling. Oh, we are going upstairs. Cheyenne raised an eyebrow, a playful smirk on her lips. Hold on. I thought you did not want me to leave you alone down here. Van pulled her close again, burying his face in her neck, making her laugh. Sometimes, my beautiful wife, I want to feel new pretty too. As their laughter echoed down the hallway, the house settled into a peaceful quiet. The misunderstandings, the jealousies, and the insecurities of the day had been washed away, replaced by the enduring strength of a family that, despite all their flaws and eccentricities, loved each other completely. The sun fully set, casting a warm, comforting blanket of twilight over the home, securing the bonds of love, humor, and heart that held them all together. The woman was out of control. She was like a locust, sweeping through the house and devouring everything in her path. She had eaten everything in Mr. H's house. It was a sight to behold. Even the salt and pepper shakers sat empty on the table, a testament to her ravenous appetite. Why don't you just tell her she's eaten too much? The suggestion hung in the air, a challenge waiting to be accepted. You tell her. No, you tell her. Rock, paper, scissors. Ben, you know you're gonna lose. The familiar game of chance was invoked, a desperate attempt to avoid the impending confrontation. Not this time. 1, 2, 3. Dang it. How do you always beat me? The frustration was palpable, a recurring theme in their friendly rivalry. Because you always pick scissors. The logic was undeniable, a simple observation that highlighted the predictability of his choices. Of course I do, it's my system. So you'll tell her? The responsibility was passed, a reluctant acceptance of the inevitable. Yeah, fine. No, I don't want to. The hesitation was understandable. The prospect of addressing such a sensitive topic was daunting. You tell her. Come on, you tell her. Please, please, please. The pleading was genuine, a desperate attempt to shift the burden. No, Ben, why should I tell her? The reluctance was firm, a refusal to be the bearer of bad news. Because girls can say that kind of stuff without having to come across like all they care about are looks. By the way, you have been looking hot lately. The compliment was unexpected, a sudden shift in focus that added a touch of humor to the situation. Oh, you. The response was modest, a gentle dismissal of the unexpected praise. Look, sweetie, why don't I tell her? The offer was a relief, a welcome intervention in the ongoing debate. Thank you. The gratitude was sincere, a heartfelt appreciation for the willingness to take on the difficult task. Hey, guess who Luigi gave the free pizza to? The interruption was sudden, a burst of energy that shattered the tension. Luigi doesn't have to roll it out of the bed every morning. The retort was sharp, a quick comeback that highlighted the reality of the situation. You know, Mom, we really don't need another pizza. I mean, it's really just the three of us. The voice of reason emerged, a practical observation that challenged the enthusiasm. Oh, I know, but I had to take it. It was free. Somebody will eat it. The justification was simple, a reflection of a mindset that couldn't resist a good deal. Oh, dibs. The claim was swift, an eager anticipation of the unexpected treat. You know what, Mom? I'm thinking maybe we should all try and get a little healthier around here. The suggestion was tentative, a gentle nudge towards a better lifestyle. What are you talking about? I'm very healthy. The defense was immediate, a refusal to acknowledge the need for change. All right, that's it, Mrs. H. Drop it. Drop it, Mrs. H. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it, Mrs. H. I can't stand to see you do this to yourself. It's like you're trying to eat yourself to death. Why? What happened to you? What's different? The intervention was forceful, a desperate attempt to break the cycle of self-destruction. Yoo-hoo! I'm here. And I'm thin. The announcement was joyous, a triumphant declaration of a hard-won victory. Yeah, thin is a stick and dumb is one. The comment was biting, a harsh reality check that contrasted sharply with the jubilation. Yikes! What's eating Cooper grape? Look at that. They look like the number 10. The observation was astounded, a visual representation of the dramatic transformation. Oh, thank God it was just a nightmare. The relief was profound, a sudden awakening from a terrifying vision. Yoo-hoo! I'm here. And I'm thin. The nightmare, it seemed, was far from over. The reality of the situation was a constant reminder of the challenges that lay ahead. And the nightmare continues. My roots are planted in the past, though my life is changing fast. Who I am is who I want to be, a single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor. The song was an anthem of resilience, a declaration of strength and determination in the face of adversity. Mom, make us some pancakes. The request was simple, a desire for the familiar comfort of a home-cooked meal. No, I'm making everyone a power smoothie. And this afternoon, I'm taking a power walk. The response was resolute, a commitment to a new path of health and wellness. Power walk? Oh, forget your power cane. Van, that is not nice. Mom does aerobics. The exchange was lighthearted, a gentle teasing that highlighted the absurdity of the situation. She could shatter her hip, and yet, in the blink of an eye, I can make you both homeless. The warning was stark, a reminder of the fragility of their current circumstances. Hey, everybody. I'm here and I'm. The entrance was dramatic, an anticipation of an exciting announcement. Oh, shut up and have a donut. The interruption was abrupt, a humorous contrast to the anticipated excitement. Oh, Reba, you're not still trying to lose weight by drinking those power smoothies, are you? Jordan, my trainer, says that those are loaded with hidden carbs. The concern was genuine, a well-intentioned warning about the potential pitfalls of their chosen path. Barbara Jean, I am all for adopting a healthy new lifestyle, but seriously, I mean, there has to be some sort of, will you stop staring at her? The frustration was evident, a plea for normalcy in a situation that was becoming increasingly surreal. What? We've been staring at her for, like, the past 2 hours. The observation was astute, a realization of the mesmerizing effect of the transformation. Well, she's pretty. The statement was simple, an acknowledgement of the undeniable reality. I'm pretty. The self-affirmation was hesitant, a search for validation in the midst of uncertainty. Well, of course you are. You've always been pretty, but she's new pretty. The distinction was important, a recognition of the dramatic change that had occurred. Oh, Van. That is such a funny story you can tell to your next wife. The sarcasm was biting, a sharp retort that highlighted the absurdity of the situation. Van, you really think that I'm new pretty? The question was earnest, a desire for confirmation of the incredible transformation. Oh yeah, you're like a bleached-out Halle Berry. The comparison was unique, away slowly toward the hallway. I do not want to get involved. She said you are having an affair? Brock blurted out, unable to contain his wounded pride any longer. Barbara Jean gasped, putting a hand to her chest. Any more than I already am? Okay, Jordan and I are not having an affair. Then what was all that touching? Brock demanded. Barbara Jean rolled her eyes, letting out a sharp, exasperated laugh. He is gay. The kitchen fell dead silent. Brock froze, his accusatory finger still pointed in the air. He slowly lowered his hand, his brain struggling to process the new information. What? Brock managed to squeak out. Barbara Jean turned to Reba, looking incredibly offended. Reba, do you honestly think I would let a straight man grab my breasts? Brock's eyes widened to the size of dinner plates. Excuse me, he grabbed your breasts. He is gay, Barbara Jean reiterated firmly, as if this fact completely negated the laws of physical contact. I do not care what he is, Brock shouted, his voice cracking. He was not touching them, Barbara Jean clarified with an air of absolute dignity. He was arranging them so I could breathe while doing a back bend. Carry on with your lives. She turned to leave, but stopped, her eyes filling with sudden, stinging tears. She looked at Reba. No, Reba, everything is not fine. I had absolutely no idea you were so threatened by the new me. Reba shifted uncomfortably, feeling a sudden wave of immense guilt. Barbara Jean. The slim waist, the toned legs, the phallus, Barbara Jean continued, gesturing to herself. Brock blinked, still completely lost. The phallus. The girls, Barbara Jean clarified, gesturing specifically to her chest. Brock's face scrunched in confusion. Oh, the puppies. I am not threatened by you, Reba said, trying to sound convincing, though her voice lacked its usual strong conviction. Barbara Jean crossed her arms tightly across her chest. Really? Yeah, Reba insisted. Then why did you go down to the gymnasium? Barbara Jean challenged, her voice trembling with emotion. What, were you spying on me? Reba looked down at the floor, unable to meet her friend's tear-filled eyes. No. She paused, the weight of her own dishonesty pressing down on her. She let out a long, defeated sigh. Okay. Yes. I went down to the gymnasium because I thought there was something going on between you and Jordan. Why would you ever think that? Barbara Jean asked, her voice cracking. Reba looked up, her own frustration finally boiling over. Because you have changed. I have not, Barbara Jean protested, shaking her head. Yes, you have, Reba argued softly, but firmly. Ever since you lost all that weight, you are pushy and obnoxious, and you always want to be the center of attention. Barbara Jean threw her hands in the air. Hello? I have always been that way. Brock, standing awkwardly by the refrigerator, nodded slowly. She kinda got a point there, Reba. Reba shot him a withering glare, and he quickly looked down at his shoes. She turned back to Barbara Jean. Yeah, well, something has changed, Barbara Jean, and it is not just the way you look. Barbara Jean wiped a tear from her cheek, her shoulders sagging. Yeah, the way you guys look at me has changed. I am still the exact same Barbara Jean I always was. I am just less winded when I walk up the stairs. The words hung in the air, simple and profoundly true. Reba felt a lump form in her throat. She looked at this woman, the woman who had driven her crazy for years, the woman she had somehow, against all odds, grown to love like a sister. And she realized that Barbara Jean was right. The problem was not the weight loss. The problem was Reba's own sudden, unexpected insecurity. Reba took a step forward, her expression softening completely. I know she might be right. Could be us. Brock stepped forward as well, his anger entirely replaced by shame. I am sorry, honey. Reba just got me all worked up. That is. He stopped himself, realizing throwing Reba under the bus was a terrible strategy. Reba took a deep breath, looking Barbara Jean directly in the eyes. Look, Barbara Jean. The truth is I think I went down to the gymnasium almost hoping that I would find you doing something wrong. Barbara Jean looked at her, hurt and confused. You know, anything. So I could feel superior to you and your skinny butt. So, I am incredibly sorry. A thick silence enveloped the kitchen. Reba waited for the explosion, for the tears, for the dramatic exit. Instead, Barbara Jean's face broke into a massive, radiant smile. Sorry? Reba blinked, taken aback. Yeah. This is absolutely great. Barbara Jean practically squealed, clapping her hands together in pure, unadulterated joy. For the first time since we have known each other, you want to be me. Reba recoiled instantly. I do not want to be you. I know. Barbara Jean laughed, stepping forward to pull Reba into a tight, slightly suffocating embrace. It is even better. You want to look like me. Reba hugged her back awkwardly, a reluctant smile tugging at the corners of her mouth. Hey, where are you going? Reba asked as Barbara Jean suddenly pulled away and headed toward the door. I am just going to go grab something to eat, Barbara Jean announced happily. I will see you next year. Reba chuckled as the door closed behind her. She turned to Brock, who was staring at the empty doorway with a look of pure relief and awe. Well, Reba said softly, that went better than expected. Upstairs, in a cozy bedroom bathed in the warm, orange light of a setting sun, Cheyenne sat at her vanity mirror. The events of the day had left her feeling vulnerable and completely invisible. She stared at her reflection, tracing the familiar lines of her face. She was a mother now, a wife, a student. She felt older than her years. And looking at Barbara Jean's radiant transformation had sparked a deep, painful fear that she was losing the spark that had made Van fall in love with her in the first place. Down the hall, Van and his young son were sitting on the floor, arguing over the television remote. Hey, buddy, Van said, trying to pry the plastic device from the small, determined hands. What are we watching? The little boy shook his head stubbornly. No, we are not. Van grinned, recognizing a challenge. Want a rock, paper, scissor for it? Let us go. The boy raised his small fist. You are going to pick scissors, are you not? Fantiste. Get out. He laughed, tickling the boy until he dropped the remote. Leaving his son giggling on the floor, Van walked down the hallway and pushed open the bedroom door. He froze. Cheyenne was standing by the bed. She had changed out of her comfortable sweatpants and was wearing a sleek, dark dress that he had not seen in months. But that was not what caught his attention. On her head rested a bright, vibrant blonde wig, styled in a sharp, modern cut that looked entirely unlike her usual soft, flowing hair. Hey, honey, Van said slowly, stepping into the room. Cheyenne turned to him, her eyes wide and fearful. Hey, baby, I really need to talk to you. Van held up the plastic remote control. Oh, honey, I just got the television. Well, Cheyenne started, taking a nervous step forward. Her hands were shaking slightly. I started thinking that maybe you do not think of me as new pretty anymore, because I do not do enough to keep your interest. Van's heart broke instantly. He dropped the remote onto the bed and walked over to her. No, honey, you were way hot, guilty as charged. Cheyenne looked down, her fingers picking nervously at the fabric of her dress. But anyway, I thought that maybe I should, change my look every now and then just to keep things entirely fresh. So, I bought a wig. She touched the synthetic hair awkwardly, looking at him with a desperate plea for validation in her eyes. Van gently reached out. With infinite tenderness, he took the edge of the wig and slowly pulled it off her head, revealing her natural, beautiful hair underneath. He dropped the wig onto the floor. "Cheyenne, put that down," Van said softly, his voice trembling with deep, genuine emotion. "Listen to me." He took both of her hands in his, looking directly into her eyes. The goofiness that usually defined him was completely gone, replaced by the profound sincerity. She would be constantly talking about him to you. Heck, she would probably even want you to meet him. Reba froze. The magazine slipped from her lap onto the floor. A cold chill ran down her spine as Barbara Jean's bubbly words from earlier that morning echoed perfectly in her mind. "I want my best girlfriend to meet my best boyfriend." "Meet him," Reba whispered, her eyes widening in horror. "Oh!" She sprang to her feet, grabbing her coat from the back of the sofa. "Where are you going?" Ben asked, startled by her sudden movement. "I have to go down to the gymnasium with the rest of the wackos," Reba declared, pulling her coat on with furious determination. "All right," Ben called out as she marched toward the front door. "Well, keep those arms a-swinging." The gymnasium was a cacophony of pounding bass music, the clanking of heavy iron weights, and the rhythmic whirring of dozens of treadmills. The air smelled of metallic sweat and citrus-scented cleaning products. Reba stood awkwardly near the entrance, pulling her jacket tighter around herself. She felt entirely out of place among the sea of spandex and perfectly sculpted bodies. "Oh, hey, Reba, you came," a bright voice called out over the pulsing music. Reba turned to see Barbara Jean waving enthusiastically from a stretching mat. "Yeah," Reba said, walking over cautiously, trying not to make eye contact with a man who was groaning loudly while lifting a barbell the size of a small car. "Man, there is a lot of beautiful people around here." Barbara Jean giggled, wiping a delicate bead of sweat from her forehead. "You should see them naked in the shower." Reba choked on her own saliva. "Hey, Jordan," Barbara Jean called out, turning toward a remarkably handsome, deeply tanned man with muscles that looked carved out of marble. "Hey!" Jordan jogged over, flashing a brilliant $1 million smile. "Ready to start, Barbara Jean?" Yeah, she nodded eagerly. "Hey, you look incredibly great in that outfit," Jordan complimented her smoothly, his hand resting lightly on her shoulder. Barbara Jean blushed, waving him off. "Oh, well, you know, the other woman is getting kind of baggy." She leaned closer to Reba, whispering loudly. "Can you believe her? She did the impossible. She lost all that weight and kept these fellas." She gestured proudly to her chest. Oh, okay, Jordan," Reba stuttered, her eyes darting away in profound discomfort. "Jordan, this is my friend, Reba," Barbara Jean introduced them. "Hey, I am Jordan," he said, offering a strong, perfectly manicured hand. "I am Reba," she replied, shaking it quickly. "So, are you going to join us today, Reba?" Jordan asked, his voice dripping with encouraging enthusiasm. "Oh, I do not know," Reba stammered, backing up a step. "I just think that me and my fellows will just watch for a little while." Jordan laughed, a deep, resonant sound. "Well, Reba, you are not going to get into shape by just watching. You need to sweat a little." "Yeah, but you guys have to understand," Reba argued mildly, gesturing to the heavy machinery surrounding them. "It has been a very long while since I have been in a gymnasium like this, and I really do not think—" "Hello, there," Jordan interrupted smoothly, turning his attention back to Barbara Jean. He gently guided her down onto the padded mat. "Barbara Jean, you really are getting so limber." Reba watched in mounting horror as Jordan moved behind Barbara Jean, taking her leg and pulling it upward in a stretch that defied all laws of skeletal logic. Remember when you could not put your leg over my head? Jordan asked playfully. Remember when I did not want to? Barbara Jean laughed, totally at ease in the bizarrely intimate pretzel shape she was currently in. Reba's jaw dropped. She looked around the crowded gymnasium to see if anyone else was witnessing this flagrant display, but everyone was entirely absorbed in their own reflections. Is that, legal? Reba choked out, stepping closer. I mean, is it necessary? Jordan looked up, not breaking a sweat. It is absolutely critical to stretch the muscles out fully before you exercise them. Yeah. Otherwise, you could really hurt something. He patted Barbara Jean's leg gently. Turn over. Barbara Jean rolled onto her stomach. Reba, you really need to watch this one. This one is my absolute favorite. Reba watched, her eyes wide, as Jordan placed his hands on Barbara Jean's back, leaning his weight into her to stretch her spine. All right, now this gives a really good stretch to the back and chest muscles. Jordan explained in a soothing, professional tone. You really should do this at least once a day. Oh, I would do it all day if I could. Barbara Jean sighed blissfully, her eyes closed. Reba tugged at the collar of her shirt, feeling suddenly very hot. You know, is this one of these, gymnasiums that has the heat turned on real high? I am sweating. Okay. Jordan finally released the stretch and clapped his hands together. Oh wow, time for some weightlifting. Reba exhaled a massive sigh of relief. Oh good, that is definitely enough of that stretching. Hello. Okay. Knock this out. Yeah. Okay. All right. You know, I think I have seen enough. Barbara Jean sat up, grabbing her water bottle. So what do you think? Do you have any interest in getting a personal trainer? Reba looked at Jordan, then back at Barbara Jean. Only if he takes me out to dinner first. Are you sure, Reba? Barbara Jean pressed, entirely missing the sarcasm. Seriously, this is one of the absolute best relationships I have ever had. Reba winced at the word relationship. Oh, I think Jordan has his hands completely full with you. Oh, you are a beginner, Reba? Barbara Jean noted, assessing her friend's posture. You will start with Dot. Dot. Yeah. Come here. A shadow fell over Reba. She looked up, and up. Standing before her was a woman who looked like she could comfortably carry a refrigerator on her back up a flight of stairs. Dot cracked her knuckles, her neck thick with pure muscle. This is Reba, Barbara Jean introduced cheerfully. She seems a little tense. Dot glared at Reba with intense, unblinking eyes. I would spend some extra time on the stretching. She pointed a massive finger at the floor. Hey, get down there. Reba swallowed hard, realizing she had made a terrible mistake coming here. An hour later, Reba limped back into her own kitchen. Her hair was disheveled, and she looked as though she had survived a minor natural disaster. Brock was pacing the floor, practically wearing a groove into the hardwood. As soon as Reba entered, he rushed toward her. So, did you see him? Brock demanded, his voice tight with anxiety. What is he like? Is he little? Could I take him in a fight? Reba slumped onto a barstool, resting her head on the cool marble counter. He is big, but he is not as big as Dot. Brock leaned in, impatient. So, what do you think? Is there something going on there? Reba lifted her head, looking at her ex-husband with a mixture of pity and exhaustion. Look, Brock. I was truly hoping that I could go down to the gymnasium and check things out and come back and tell you that there is absolutely nothing to worry about. But that is it? Brock gasped, stepping back as if he had been physically struck. Reba, come on, Brock pleaded, his hands trembling. Reba held up a hand to stop him. Okay, I do not know for sure if they are having an affair or not, but if they keep working out like that, they might be having a baby. Brock sank into a kitchen chair, burying his face in his hands. Man, I knew it. I knew there was something going on. Before Reba could say another word to comfort him, the front door flew open. Hey, everybody, Barbara Jean's musical voice sang out as she breezed into the kitchen, glowing with post-workout endorphins. I am here, and I am saying, well. She stopped, noticing Brock's devastated posture.
Oh, unei.
Brock stood up, his face flushed with hurt and anger. Do not you honey me. Barbara Jean blinked, thoroughly confused. What are you talking about? Brock pointed an accusing finger at her. Oh man, did you honestly think that I would not find out about you and Jordan? Barbara Jean's jaw dropped. What? We were working out. It was perfectly innocent. Brock turned to Reba. Reba, tell him what you saw. Reba held her hands up, backing, giving him. I am going to go make some calls. He turned and exited the kitchen, oblivious to the emotional landmines he had just tap-danced across. Cheyenne looked down at the floor, suddenly feeling very small and very ordinary. So, Barbara Jean, Reba started, trying to steer the conversation into safer waters. Yeah? Is it true that when you lose a bunch of weight, you want to do, bounce? Ka bounce. Van! Cheyenne shouted, her face turning crimson. Oh, Cheyenne, do not be upset, Van called out from the hallway, poking his head back in. You are still hot. You are like a bleached out Jan Brady. January Jan Brady. Cheyenne groaned, burying her face in her hands. I am Marcia.
Marcia, Marcia, Marcia.
Barbara Jean leaned against the counter, casually sipping from a sleek water bottle. So, Reba, I got an idea. You should come down to the gymnasium and meet Jordan, my trainer. Seriously? Reba asked, raising an eyebrow. Yes, seriously. He will change your entire life. Barbara Jean gushed, her eyes lighting up with genuine adoration. I mean, he is so much more than a personal trainer. He taught me how to work out and eat right. We go over the clothes I am going to wear, the movies I am going to see. Reba paused mid-stir of her smoothie. Whoa, the movies you are going to see? What has that got to do with you getting in shape? Oh, nothing, Barbara Jean laughed breezily. We just have the exact same sense of humor. That Tim Allen just kills us. I mean, whether he is playing a dog or Santa Claus, you just buy it. So, you will come meet Jordan. No, Reba answered flatly, pouring her thick, beige smoothie into a tall glass. Oh, come on, Reba, Barbara Jean pleaded, pouting slightly. I want my best girlfriend to meet my best boyfriend. The kitchen fell silent once more. Reba stared at her. Boyfriend? Reba asked carefully. Oh, whoops, Barbara Jean giggled, waving her hand dismissively as if she had just swatted away a harmless fly. That came out wrong. Oh, Reba said, though her mind was suddenly racing with a dozen different implications. Well, thanks anyway. But I am just going to be right here with my smoothie. Delicious, just like fruit gravy. Barbara Jean checked her diamond-studded watch and gasped. Oh, look at the time. I have to run. As she turned to leave, Brock, her husband, walked through the back door. He looked tired, carrying the subtle weight of a man who felt the world was moving slightly faster than he was. Oh, hey, Barbara Jean, Brock said, his face lighting up as he saw his wife. Here you are. Listen, how would you like to go out and grab a quick lunch? Just the two of us. Barbara Jean kissed him quickly on the cheek, already moving toward the door. Oh, honey, I cannot. I am going to the gymnasium. Brock's smile faltered. Well, can you not skip it just this once? Come on. I will take you to that romantic French place you like so much. Barbara Jean stopped and looked at him as if he had just suggested they eat gravel. Really? Skip the gymnasium and eat French food? No can fondue bras. With a bright wave, she vanished out the door, leaving the faint scent of expensive athletic perfume in her wake. Brock stood frozen for a moment before letting his shoulders drop. Man, she blew me off again. He walked over to the island and slumped onto a stool. All she wants to do is go down to the gymnasium and spend time with Jordan. her trainer. Exactly, Reba said quietly, taking a sip of her smoothie and trying not to grimace at the chalky texture. Frankly, I like the new but the new attitude, not so much, Brock complained, rubbing his hands over his face. Reba could not resist. Oh, that is really funny coming from the old butt. Brock ignored the jab. Jordan is so great. Jordan is so toned and funny. Well, I have news for you. Nobody is toned and funny. Brock, you are overreacting, Reba reasoned, leaning against the counter. She is just excited about being healthy. She feels good about herself. Oh, really? Brock challenged, his voice rising in panic. Yeah, I think she might be having an affair with this guy. Reba nearly choked on her smoothie. Barbara Jean with her trainer? Brock, that is insane. I mean, sure, he is probably a better man than I am, Brock continued, spiraling into a deep pit of insecurity. He is better looking and he is younger, but that is it. Reba, I need you to help me out. I want you to go down to the gymnasium and see if there is anything going on. You know, spy on him for me. Reba set her glass down with a firm thud. No way. Absolutely not. You know, Barbara Jean may have a long, comprehensive list of faults, and I have that list right here in my head if you need a copy. But she is nothing if not faithful. Yeah, right? Brock scoffed bitterly. Up until now. But now that she is thin and hot, she has all kinds of new options. Reba softened her tone, recognizing the genuine pain in her ex-husband's eyes. Look, Brock, if it is worrying you that much, you need to be honest with her. Tell her exactly how you feel. Tell her that you just need a hug every now and then. Brock threw his hands in the air. Oh, now there is a great idea. See? Why, since my competition is a macho, muscular dude, I should go the complete opposite way and appear all weak and whiny. Your solutions are ridiculous. Reba, making me want to spy on those stupid people. He stood up and stormed out of the kitchen, leaving Reba alone with her thoughts and her terrible drink. Reba looked down at the beige sludge in her glass. Hard to believe these things are supposed to be good for you, she muttered, pouring it down the sink. Later that afternoon, Van wandered back into the kitchen, tossing an apple in his hand. Hey, Mrs. H, you off for your power walk? Reba sighed, wiping down the counters.
No.
I am not going for my power walk. Van chuckled, taking a bite of the apple. Man, I love old people. Power walking, moving along, swinging their arms, like there is a big sale for false teeth down at the pharmacy. This whole physical fitness thing is getting everybody acting completely wacko, Reba complained, tossing the dish towel aside. What do you mean? Van asked, leaning against the refrigerator. Well, your father-in-law thinks that the guy who gave Barbara Jean her new body is wanting to take it for a four-spin. Von chewed thoughtfully. He probably does. Reba stared at him. What are you talking about? Guys are pigs, Van stated with absolute, unwavering certainty. They are dogs. They are all animals. They just care about hot women. They are hot dogs. Van, that makes no sense, Reba sighed. My point is, Van continued, gesturing with his apple, is that when you have a hot lady, you have to keep your guard up at all times. Cheyenne walked into the kitchen just in time to hear the end of the sentence. I used to, Van added softly, looking away. Cheyenne stopped dead in her tracks, her heart sinking. You used to? Van's eyes widened in sheer panic as he realized what he had just said. No, baby, do not take it like that. It is just that I have grown into a mature, stable individual. That is all. Cheyenne crossed her arms, her eyes flashing with hurt and anger. Well, I do not like it. She turned on her heel and stormed upstairs. Van groaned, thumping his forehead against the refrigerator door. Where have you been? He asked himself miserably. I went to get something to eat. Later that evening, the house was quiet. Reba sat in the living room, flipping through a magazine without really looking at the pages. Ben walked in carrying a glass of water. "So, Ben," Reba started, setting the magazine down. "Do you think that Brock might be right about this personal trainer?" Ben sat in the armchair opposite her, considering the question carefully. "Sure, this guy could be hot for Barbara Jean, but since Barbara Jean is not looking to play around, there is absolutely no problem, and it is entirely obvious that Barbara Jean is not looking." "Why is this so obvious?" Reba asked, genuinely wanting reassurance. "Two reasons," Ben stated, holding up two fingers. "First, Barbara Jean is terribly bad at keeping secrets. She could not keep a secret if her life depended on it. And second, she thinks of you as her absolute best friend. If she were fooling around with this guy, the house." His companion, Ben, leaned against the marble countertop, his arms crossed over his chest. He sighed deeply, his eyes scanning the devastation. "She has eaten everything in Mr. H's house. Too. Look around. Even the salt and pepper shakers are empty. How does a person even consume that much pepper? It defies the laws of human biology." The young man set the empty box down. "Why do you not just tell her she has eaten too much? You tell her." Ben vigorously shook his head, taking a step back as if the very suggestion might bite him. "No, absolutely not. You tell her. We will settle this the ancient way. Rock, paper, scissors. And Ben, my friend, you know you are going to lose." "Not this time," Ben declared, his eyes narrowing with fierce determination. He raised his fist, readying himself for the mental and physical duel. 1, 2, 3. With swift motions, they threw their hands down. The young man presented a flat, unyielding palm paper. Ben, tragic in his predictability, extended his index and middle fingers, scissors. "Dang it!" the young man shouted, staring at his defeated hand. "How do you always beat me?" Ben offered a smug, self-satisfied smile, lowering his triumphant scissors. "Because you always pick scissors." "Of course I do," the young man argued defensively, trying to salvage his pride. "It is my system. It is a foolproof system that occasionally fails. So, by the sacred rules of the game, you will tell her." "Yeah, fine," Ben muttered, his shoulders slumping as the reality of his victory settled in. "Wait, no, I do not want to. You have to tell her. Come on, you tell her. Please, please, please." The young man begged, clasping his hands together in a theatrical display of pleading. "No, Ben, why should I tell her?" "Because girls can say that kind of stuff without having to come across like all they care about are looks," Ben reasoned, grasping at any logical straw he could find. He paused, looking at his companion with a sudden, distracting realization. "By the way, you have been looking hot lately." "Oh, you?" she replied, flattered despite the tense situation, a faint blush dusting her cheeks. Before the argument could escalate further, the swinging door of the kitchen pushed open, and the matriarch of the household stepped in. Reba was a woman of undeniable strength and quiet grace, a single mother who held the world together with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. She carried a large, flat cardboard box that radiated the heavenly aroma of baked cheese and rich tomato sauce. "Look, sweetie, why do I not just tell her?" Reba offered calmly, setting the pizza box down on the center of the kitchen island. "Thank you," the two younger family members exclaimed in unison, relief washing over their faces. Reba clapped her hands together, a bright smile on her face. Hey, guess who Luigi gave the free pizza to? Luigi does not have to roll it out of the bed every morning." Her daughter, Cheyenne, walked into the room, looking at the greasy box with a mixture of longing and regret. "You know, Mom, we really do not need another pizza. I mean, it is really just the three of us right now." "Oh, I know," Reba admitted, untying her light jacket. But I had to take it. It was completely free. Somebody will eat it. From across the room, the unmistakable voice of Van, Cheyenne's energetic and constantly hungry husband, rang out. Oh, dibs. Reba held up a hand, halting Van in his tracks. She looked at the greasy box, then at her family, and a sudden wave of inspiration washed over her. You know what, Mom? Reba said aloud, correcting herself. I am thinking maybe, just maybe, we should all try and get a little healthier around here. Van froze, eyeing the pizza box defensively. What are you talking about? I am very healthy. Just then, the back door clicked open. The atmosphere in the room shifted instantly. All right, that is it, Mrs. H. Drop it, Mrs. H. Drop it, drop it, drop it. Van chanted in a bizarre, rhythmic panic, pointing toward the door. Mrs. H. I cannot stand to see you do this to yourself. It is like you are trying to eat yourself to death. Why? What happened to you? What is different? Before anyone could make sense of Van's dramatic outburst, a voice echoed from the hallway. It was bubbly, vibrant, and undeniably loud. You-hoo, I am here, and I am thin. Barbara Jean burst into the kitchen, striking a pose that belonged on the cover of a fitness magazine. The room fell into a stunned, absolute silence. The woman standing before them was completely transformed. Gone were the flowing, oversized garments she used to wear. In their place was a sleek, perfectly tailored athletic outfit that highlighted a remarkably toned and slender physique. She beamed, radiating an almost blinding level of newfound confidence. Van blinked, his jaw practically hitting the floor. Yeah, thin is a stick and dumb is one, he mumbled in awe, thoroughly confused by the sudden change in the universe's natural order. Yikes, what is eating Cooper grape? Look at that, they look like the number 10. Reba stared, rubbing her temples as if trying to wake herself from a bizarre slumber. Oh, thank God it was just a nightmare, she whispered to herself. You-hoo, I am here, and I am thin, Barbara Jean repeated, doing a small, joyful twirl. And the nightmare continues, Reba muttered softly, though a part of her could not help but be genuinely amazed at the sheer dedication it must have taken for Barbara Jean to achieve such a result. Reba's mind wandered briefly to her own life, a silent song playing in her heart. Her roots were planted in the past, though her life was changing fast. Who she was is who she wanted to be. A single mom who worked too hard, who loved her kids and never stopped, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. She was a survivor. The silence was broken by the youngest son running into the room. Mom, make us some pancakes, he demanded with the innocent entitlement of youth. Reba snapped back to reality, standing a little taller. No, I am making everyone a power smoothie. And this afternoon, I am taking a power walk. Van let out a short, barking laugh. Power walk? Oh, forget your power cane. Van, that is not nice, Shine scolded, hitting her husband playfully on the arm. Mom does aerobics. She could shatter her hip. Reba narrowed her eyes, leveling a gaze at the young couple that carried the weight of 1,000 maternal warnings. And yet, in the blink of an eye, I can make you both homeless. The threat hung in the air, effective and silencing. Barbara Jean, oblivious to the family dynamics, clapped her hands together again. Hey, everybody, I am here and I am. Oh, shut up and have a donut, Reba said, passing a pastry toward her overly enthusiastic friend, though she quickly pulled it back, remembering her newly declared health initiative. Barbara Jean let out a musical laugh, waving the pastry away. Oh, Reba, you are not still trying to lose weight by drinking those power smoothies, are you? Jordan, my personal trainer, says that those are loaded with hidden carbohydrates. Reba looked down at her blender, feeling suddenly defensive about her blended fruit concoction. Barbara Jean, I am all for adopting a healthy new lifestyle, But seriously, I mean, there has to be some sort of balance. She paused, noticing that Van was staring at Barbara Jean with unblinking, wide-eyed fascination. Will you stop staring at her? Reba snapped at him. Van did not look away. What? We have been staring at her for like the past 2 hours. Well, she is pretty. Barbara Jean touched her hair, her smile widening. I am pretty. Well, of course you are, Reba said softly, trying to be supportive. You have always been pretty, but she is new pretty. Cheyenne crossed her arms, feeling a sudden, sharp pang of insecurity. Oh, Van. That is such a funny story you can tell to your next wife. Van finally blinked, turning to Barbara Jean with complete earnestness. Van, you really think that I am new pretty? Barbara Jean asked him, her eyes sparkling. Oh yeah, Van nodded vigorously. You are like a bleached-out Halle Berry. Thank you, Barbara Jean beamed. You are welcome, Van replied, entirely missing the glare his wife was placed on Barbara Jean's shoulders and upper body for support. Oh, I'd do it all day if I could, she exhaled with delight. Reba felt the temperature in the room rise suddenly. She fanned herself with her hand. You know, is this one of these gyms that has the heat on real high? I'm sweating. Okay. Oh wow. Time for some weightlifting. Oh good. That's enough of that stretching. Jordan stood up straight. Hello. Okay. Knock this out. Yeah. Okay. All right. You know, I think I've seen enough, Reba said awkwardly, hurrying backward towards the door. So, what do you think? You have any interest in getting a personal trainer? Barbara Jean called after her. Only if he takes me out to dinner first, Reba replied quickly, trying to maintain a humorous front. Are you sure, Reba? Seriously, this is one of the best relationships I've ever had. Oh, I think Jordan has his hands full with you. Oh, you're a beginner, Reba. You'll start with Dot. Dot. Yeah. This is Reba. From the corner of the room, a giant woman with biceps like tightly braided ropes approached with a fierce look. She seems a little tense. I'd spend some extra time on the stretching. Hey, get down there. Seeing Reba didn't hesitate a second longer. She turned and ran straight out of the gym, leaving behind Barbara Jean's crisp laughter. Back home, Reba found Brock sitting on the sofa, scratching his head. So, did you see him? What's he like? Is he little? Could I take him? Brock asked rapidly as soon as Reba walked in. He's big, but he's not as big as Dot, Reba replied, still panting. So, what do you think? Is there something going on there? Reba slumped onto the chair, pouring a large glass of water. Look, Brock. I was hoping that I could go down to the gym and check things out and come back and tell you that there's nothing to worry about. But that's it. Reba, come on. Okay, I don't know if they're having an affair or not, but if they keep working out like that, they might be having a baby. Brock's face darkened. Man, I knew there was something going on. Just then, the front door opened. Barbara Jean walked in, fresh and energetic. Hey, everybody. I'm here and I'm saying well. Oh, hi, honey. Brock stood up, his voice sarcastic. Don't you hi honey me, she frowned. What are you talking about? Oh man, did you honestly think that I wouldn't find out about you and Jordan? Brock raised his voice. What? We were working out. It was perfectly innocent. Barbara Jean turned to Reba for help. Reba, tell him what you saw. I don't want to get involved, Reba shrugged, taking a step back. She said you're having an affair. Any more than I already am. Barbara Jean took a deep breath, hands on her hips. Okay, Jordan and I are not having an affair. He's gay. The living room fell silent for a few seconds. What, Reba? Do you honestly think I would let a straight man grab my breasts? Brock's eyes widened in surprise. Excuse me, he grabbed your breasts? He's gay. He wasn't touching them. He was arranging them. Carry on with your lives, Barbara Jean said angrily.
No, Reba.
Everything is not fine. I had no idea you were so threatened by the new me. Barbara Jean turned to face Reba. The slim waist, the toned legs, the fellas. The fellas? The girls. Oh, the puppies. Reba tried to stay calm, crossing her arms. I am not threatened by you. Really? Yeah. Then why did you go down to the gym? What were you spying on me?
No.
Reba hesitated for a moment, then sighed in surrender. Okay. Yes. I went down to the gym because I thought there was something going on between you and Jordan. Why would you think that? Because you've changed. I have not. Yes, you have. Ever since you lost all that weight, you're pushy and obnoxious. And you always want to be the center of attention. Hello? I've always been that way. Barbara Jean widened her eyes in surprise. Brock, standing nearby, nodded slightly. She kind of got a point there. Yeah, well, something's changed, Barbara Jean, Reba insisted. Yeah, the way you guys look at me. I'm still the same Barbara Jean I always was. I'm just less winded. Reba thought for a moment, looking straight into Barbara Jean's eyes, her voice becoming more sincere. I know she might be right. Could be us. I'm sorry. Honey, Reba just got me all worked up. Look, Barbara Jean. The truth is I think I went down to the gym almost hoping that I'd find you doing something wrong. You know, anything. So I could feel superior to you and your skinny butt. So,
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Barbara Jean blinked. Yeah. Suddenly, Barbara Jean's face lit up with a bright smile. This is great. For the first time since we've known each other, you want to be me. I don't want to be you. I know. It's even better. You want to look like me. Hey, where are you going? Brock called out as he saw Barbara Jean skip towards the door. Just gonna go grab something to eat. I'll see you next year. The tense atmosphere in the living room finally dissipated, replaced by Reba and Brock's gentle laughter. Family life is sometimes full of ridiculous misunderstandings, but after all, that is the flavor of bonding. Meanwhile, in the young couple's bedroom, another conversation was taking place. Hey, buddy, what are we watching? Van asked as he walked into the room, holding the TV remote. No, we're not. Cheyenne was sitting at the dressing table, looking sad. Want a rock, paper, scissor for it? Let's go. You're gonna pick scissors, aren't you? Get out, Van joked, jumping onto the bed. Hey, honey. Hey, baby, I need to talk to you. Oh, honey, I just got the TV. Well, I started thinking that maybe you don't think of me as new pretty because I don't do enough to keep your interest. Cheyenne lowered her head, her voice carrying a bit of self-pity. Van jumped up, coming to his wife's side. No, honey, you're way hot. Guilty. But anyway, I thought that maybe I should, change my look every now and then just to keep things fresh. So, I bought a wig. She pulled a bright blonde wig out of a box. Van chuckled softly, gently taking the wig from his wife's hands. Cheyenne put that down. Listen to me. I think it's a good thing that when I look at you, I don't see the beautiful girl with the killer bod. I see my wife, and I'm attracted to her whether she's all dressed up, ready to go out, or just sitting on the couch wearing those washed-up flannel pajamas. Cheyenne's eyes welled up with tears. She looked up at her husband, full of emotion. Really? Yeah, you're beautiful to me because of who you are. I feel kind of stupid. She rested her head on his shoulder. That's also who you are, and I love it. Come on, you. Where are we going? Oh, we are going upstairs. Hold on. I thought you didn't want me to leave you alone. Cheyenne smiled, the brightest and most confident smile of the day. Sometimes I want to feel new pretty. The house returned to its usual peace. Conflicts were resolved with love and understanding. There is nothing more important than family, where everyone, perfect or flawed, is always loved for who they are. And perhaps, The biggest lesson everyone learned today was not counting calories or exhausting workouts, but learning to accept and appreciate those around them, along with the changes, even the smallest ones, in their lives. Because after all, happiness lies not in one's figure, but in the peace of the soul and sincere love. Laughter rang out again, dispelling worries, lighting up hope for a more beautiful, warmer tomorrow, right under this roof. The morning sun streamed through the large, immaculate windows of the suburban kitchen, casting long, golden beams across the polished hardwood floors. It was a kitchen that had seen countless family breakfasts, late-night heart-to-heart conversations, and its fair share of chaotic moments. Today, however, a sense of mild desperation hung in the air, specifically hovering around the pantry. Two figures stood by the kitchen island, staring at the barren shelves with a mixture of awe and sheer terror. "That woman is out of control," the young man whispered, his voice trembling slightly as he held up an entirely empty box of cereal. He shook it, hoping for a stray crumb, but the cardboard yielded nothing but a hollow rattle. "She is like a locust. She has eaten everything in the..." Leaned forward, taking her hands in his. "No, honey, you were way hot. Guilty." Cheyenne offered a small, hesitant smile. "But anyway, I thought that maybe I should, change my look every now and then just to keep things fresh. So, I bought a wig." She reached behind the couch cushions and pulled out a bright, synthetic blonde wig, holding it up like a dead animal. It was garish, shiny, and completely ridiculous. Van looked at the wig, then back up at his wife's beautiful, familiar face. He reached out, gently taking the wig from her hands and tossing it onto the floor. "Cheyenne, put that down," Van said, his voice surprisingly deep and serious. "Listen to me." He moved from the couch, sitting on the coffee table beside her. He looked deeply into her eyes, all traces of his usual goofiness gone. "I think it is a good thing that when I look at you, I do not see the beautiful girl with the killer bod." Cheyenne's face fell, a look of hurt flashing across her features. "I see my wife," Van continued quickly, his thumb gently tracing the line of her jaw. "And I am attracted to her whether she is all dressed up, ready to go out, or just sitting on the couch wearing those washed-up flannel pajamas." Cheyenne felt tears prick the corners of her eyes. "Really?" "Yeah," Van nodded, his voice filled with an absolute, unwavering certainty. "You are beautiful to me because of who you are." Cheyenne leaned forward, resting her forehead against his chest. A warm, overwhelming sense of relief washed over her. All the insecurities of the day, all the silly comparisons to Barbara Jean, melted away in the warmth of his embrace. I feel kind of stupid," she mumbled against his shirt. Van wrapped his arms tightly around her, burying his face in her messy ponytail. He breathed in the scent of her shampoo, the familiar, comforting smell of home. "That is also who you are, and I love it." He pulled back, a mischievous glint returning to his eyes. He stood up, pulling her up with him. "Come on, you." Cheyenne giggled, letting him lead her toward the stairs. "Where are we going?" "Oh, we are going upstairs." Cheyenne stopped at the bottom step, looking back at the television. "Hold on. I thought you did not want me to leave you alone." Van scooped her up into his arms, carrying her easily up the steps. He looked down at her, a wide, loving grin on his face. "Sometimes I want to feel new pretty." Cheyenne laughed, a bright, joyous sound that echoed through the quiet house. Upstairs, Reba could hear them, and despite the chaos of the day, she could not help but smile. They were a mess, all of them. They were jealous, petty, loud, and entirely too involved in each other's business. But they were family, and in the end, that was the only thing that truly mattered. OF. I have successfully expanded the script into a continuous, novelized narrative while strictly adhering to your language and formatting constraints. including writing out all numbers and avoiding abbreviations. Would you like to focus next on developing any specific character's backstory? Or perhaps exploring a new scene that takes place the following day? The pale morning light filtered through the kitchen window, illuminating the usual chaotic scene of the household. Breakfast was always the loudest time, but today, the atmosphere carried a strange stillness, mixed with tension. All eyes were fixed on the empty refrigerator and the bare kitchen shelves. "That woman is out of control," a voice broke the silence. "She's like a locust. She has eaten everything in the house." Sighs of agreement echoed. Indeed, she had eaten everything in Mr. H's house. Look, even the salt and pepper shakers were empty. A truly tragic sight for those yearning for a decent breakfast. "Why don't you just tell her she's eaten too much?" someone suggested, trying to shift the blame. "You tell her." "No, you tell her. Rock, paper, scissors. Ben, you know you're gonna lose." "Not this time," the boy named Ben replied confidently. The atmosphere suddenly became as serious as a life-or-death battle. Two fists clenched, raised in the air to a steady count. 1, 2, 3. A gasp followed immediately. "Dang it! How do you always beat me?" Ben grimaced at his hand. "Because you always pick scissors." The other smiled triumphantly. "Of course I do, it's my system. So you'll tell her?" "Yeah, fine," Ben replied dejectedly, but immediately changed his mind. "No, I don't want to. You tell her. Come on, you tell her. Please, please, please." "No, Ben, why should I tell her?" "Because girls can say that kind of stuff without having to come across like all they care about are looks. By the way, you have been looking hot lately." "Oh, you." The blame shifting might have lasted forever if the mother hadn't walked in. Her eyes swept over the noisy kids. Then she spoke calmly, with the authority of a woman who always knows how to solve every problem. "Look, sweetie, why don't I tell her?" "Thank you." The group sighed in relief as if a heavy burden had been lifted. Just then, a small piece of good news arrived. "Hey, hey, hey, guess who Luigi gave the free pizza to?" The atmosphere in the kitchen immediately livened up. "Luigi doesn't have to roll it out of the bed every morning. You know, Mom, we really don't need another pizza. I mean, it's really just the three of us." "Oh, I know, but I had to take it. It was free." "Somebody will eat it." An optimistic voice rang out, accompanied by a cheer. "Dibs." But the mother had a different thought. She looked around the kitchen, at the familiar faces, and slowly said, "You know what, Mom? I'm thinking maybe we should all try and get a little healthier around here." "What are you talking about? I'm very healthy." The debate about health hadn't even begun when the center of attention appeared. "All right, that's it, Mrs. H. Drop it. Drop it, Mrs. H. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it." Her appearance was always accompanied by chaos. "Drop it, Mrs. H. I can't stand to see you do this to yourself. It's like you're trying to eat yourself to death. Why? What happened to you? What's different?" And then, like the strangest miracle in the world, or perhaps an unimaginable visual shock, the woman stepped out. The heavy figure of yesterday was gone. She looked radiant, unbelievably slim, as if she had just stepped out of a fashion magazine. "Yoo-hoo, I'm here, and I'm thin." She twirled around, a bright smile on her lips, leaving behind wide, astonished eyes. "Yeah, thin is a stick and dumb is one." "Yikes, what's eating Cooper grape? Look at that, they look like the number 10. Someone muttered, patting their chest, trying to catch their breath. "Oh, thank God it was just a nightmare." But the image lingered. "Yoo-hoo, I'm here, and I'm thin." And so, the nightmare of perfection suddenly became reality, continuing to disturb the already troubled life of this family. Invisible melodies played in the mother's head, like a love song about her tumultuous life. Her roots were planted in the past, even though her life was changing fast. Who she was, who she wanted to be, was clear. A single mom who worked too hard, who loved her kids and never stopped. With gentle hands and the heart of a fighter, she knew she was a survivor. On another bright morning, as the sun just peeked over the trees, the kitchen was bustling with laughter. "Mom, make us some pancakes." "No," the mother replied firmly, holding the blender. "I'm making everyone a power smoothie. And this afternoon, I'm taking a power walk." "Power walk? Oh, forget your power cane." "Van, that is not nice," a daughter chimed in to defend her. "Mom does aerobics." "She could shatter her hip," Van muttered. "And yet, in the blink of an eye, I can make you both homeless." The mother smiled back with a humorous threat. In the midst of that, the door swung open. "Hey, everybody, I'm here and I'm..." Before she could finish her sentence, the mother shoved a pastry into her hand. "Oh, shut up and have a donut." "Oh, Reba, you're not still trying to lose weight by drinking those power smoothies, are you?" she asked, eyeing the moss-green liquid in the glass with concern. "Jordan, my trainer, says that those are loaded with hidden carbs." Reba took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. "Barbara Jean, I am all for adopting a healthy new lifestyle, but seriously," Barbara Jean in his own strange, chaotic way. He was terrified of losing her. Reba took a deep breath, preparing to deliver the bad news. "Look, Brock," Reba started gently, placing a hand on his arm. "I was hoping that I could go down to the gym and check things out and come back and tell you that there is nothing to worry about. But..." "That is it?" Brock whispered, all the fight draining out of him. He slumped down onto the porch steps, putting his head in his hands. Just then, Barbara Jean's bright red car pulled into the driveway. She parked and hopped out, looking energized and happy. "Reba, come on." Brock stood up slowly, his face hardening with a mixture of betrayal and anger. "Okay, I do not know if they are having an affair or not, but if they keep working out like that, they might be having a baby." Brock closed his eyes, a look of pure agony crossing his face. "Man, I knew there was something going on." Barbara Jean bounded up the walkway, oblivious to the heavy atmosphere. "Hey, everybody, I am here, and I am saying, well..." She noticed Brock standing stiffly on the porch.
"Oh, unei."
Brock stepped forward, his voice cold and flat. "Do not you honey me." Barbara Jean stopped in her tracks, her smile faltering. "What are you talking about?" "Oh, man," Brock groaned, shaking his head. "Did you honestly think that I would not find out about you and Jordan?" Barbara Jean looked genuinely shocked. "What? We were working out. It was perfectly innocent." Brock turned to Reba, gesturing wildly. "Reba, tell him what you saw." Reba took a step back, holding her hands up in surrender. "I do not want to get involved." "She said you are having an affair," Brock accused, pointing a trembling finger at his wife. "Any more than I already am," Reba muttered under her breath, wishing she could disappear into the shrubbery. Barbara Jean planted her hands on her hips, looking back and forth between Reba and Brock. A sudden, booming laugh erupted from her. She laughed so hard she had to lean against the porch railing for support. Brock stared at her, utterly confused. "Okay, Jordan and I are not having an affair." "He is gay," Barbara Jean said casually, wiping a tear of mirth from her eye. The silence that followed was absolute. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves of the oak tree in the front yard. A dog barked in the distance. Brock blinked rapidly. "What?" Barbara Jean rolled her eyes, walking up the steps to stand directly in front of him. "Reba, do you honestly think I would let a straight man grab my breasts?" Brock choked on his own spit. "Excuse me, he grabbed your breasts." "He is gay," Barbara Jean reiterated, speaking slowly as if addressing a toddler. "He was not touching them. He was arranging them. Carry on with your lives." She turned to walk into the house, completely dismissing the drama. Brock stood frozen, the gears in his head grinding as he tried to process this new information. He let out a long, shaky breath, the tension leaving his shoulders. But Reba felt a sudden surge of irritation. She grabbed the railing. "No, Reba, everything is not fine." Barbara Jean turned back, her smile fading into a look of genuine disappointment. "I had no idea you were so threatened by the new me. The slim waist, the toned legs, the phallus," she continued, listing off her new attributes on her fingers. Brock, completely lost in the conversation, interrupted. "The phallus." "The girls," Barbara Jean corrected herself smoothly. "Oh, the puppies." Reba crossed her arms, her jaw set. "I am not threatened by you." "Really?" Barbara Jean challenged, raising an eyebrow. "Yeah," Reba insisted, though her voice lacked its usual conviction. "Then why did you go down to the gym? What were you spying on me?" Reba opened her mouth to deny it, but the words would not come. She looked down at the wooden planks of the porch, the guilt settling heavy in her chest. "No." She looked up, meeting Barbara Jean's gaze. "Okay. Yes. I went down to the gym because I thought there was something going on between you and Jordan." Barbara Jean looked hurt. "Why would you think that?" Reba sighed, the truth finally bubbling up to the surface. It was ugly and petty, but it needed to be said. "Because you have changed." "I have not," Barbara Jean protested immediately. "Yes, you have," Reba countered, her voice steady now. "Ever since you lost all that weight, you are pushy and obnoxious, and you always want to be the center of attention." Barbara Jean looked completely baffled. "Hello? I have always been that way." Brock, who had been silently watching the exchange, finally spoke up, nodding slowly. "She kind of got a point there." Reba ignored him, focusing entirely on Barbara Jean. "Yeah, well, something has changed, Barbara Jean." Barbara Jean's shoulders slumped slightly. The bravado faded, leaving a surprising vulnerability in its wake. "Yeah, the way you guys look at me, I am still the same Barbara Jean I always was. I am just less winded." Reba stopped. The words hit her hard. She looked at Barbara Jean, really looked at her, past the sleek workout clothes and the new confidence. She saw the same woman who had burst into her kitchen that morning with a free pizza, just wanting to share something joyful. Reba felt a pang of shame. "I know she might be right. Could be us." Brock stepped forward, taking Barbara Jean's hand. "I am sorry, honey. Reba just got me all worked up. That is." He shot an apologetic look at Reba. Reba took a deep breath, forcing herself to be completely honest. It was the hardest thing she had done all day. "Look, Barbara Jean. The truth is I think I went down to the gym almost hoping that I would find you doing something wrong." Barbara Jean's eyes widened. "You know, anything, so I could feel superior to you and your skinny butt. So, I am sorry." Reba looked down, unable to meet her gaze. "Sorry?" Suddenly, a bright, joyous laugh burst from Barbara Jean. She clapped her hands together, practically bouncing on her toes. "Yeah, this is great. For the first time since we have known each other, you want to be me." Reba's head snapped up, her eyes wide with horror. "I do not want to be you." "I know," Barbara Jean squealed, rushing forward to wrap Reba in a tight, crushing hug. "It is even better. You want to look like me." Before Reba could protest, Barbara Jean released her, spinning around and marching into the house with a triumphant skip in her step. Reba stood frozen on the porch, utterly defeated. Brock gave her a sympathetic pat on the shoulder before turning to follow his wife. "Hey, where are you going?" Reba called out weakly. "Just going to go grab something to eat," Brock replied, pulling the front door open. "I will see you next year." Reba was left alone on the porch, the quiet settling around her once more. She shook her head, a small, wry smile finally breaking through her frustration. She had survived another day in the chaotic orbit of Barbara Jean. It was exhausting, maddening, but undeniably lively. Inside the house, the sun was beginning to set, casting long golden shadows across the living room. Van was sitting on the couch, staring blankly at a muted television screen. Ben sat beside him holding a video game controller. "Hey, buddy, what are we watching?" Van asked, trying to sound interested. Ben did not even look at him. "No, we are not. Want a rock, paper, scissor for it?" Van narrowed his eyes, a competitive spark igniting. "Let us go." Ben held up his fist. "You are going to pick scissors, are not you?" Van scowled, dropping his hand. "Get out." Ben smirked, standing up and wandering toward the kitchen in search of more snacks. As Ben left, Cheyenne walked slowly down the stairs. She was wearing her old, faded flannel pajamas, the ones with the little cartoon bears on them. Her hair was pulled back in a messy ponytail, and she looked nervous. "Hey, honey," Van said, turning his attention to her. "Hey, baby, I need to talk to you." Cheyenne walked over, sitting tentatively on the edge of the coffee table, facing him. "Oh, honey, I just got the TV." She twisted her fingers together in her lap, taking a deep breath. "Well, I started thinking that maybe you do not think of me as new pretty because I do not do enough to keep your interest." Van's expression immediately softened. He leaned, "Well, I do not like it, Just then, Ben walked up the driveway, carrying a small paper bag. "Where have you been?" Reba asked. "I went to get something to eat," Ben replied, pulling a fresh, powdered donut from the bag and taking a massive bite. Reba sighed, looking back at Van. So, Ben, you think that Brock might be right about this trainer?" Ben chewed thoughtfully, swallowing before he spoke, demonstrating wisdom far beyond his years. "Sure, this guy could be hot for Barbara Jean, but since Barbara Jean is not looking to play, there is no problem, and it is obvious Barbara Jean is not looking." Reba crossed her arms. "Why is this obvious?" "2 reasons," Ben stated, ticking them off on his fingers. "Barbara Jean is not good at keeping secrets, and she thinks of you as her best friend. If she were fooling around with this guy, she would be constantly talking about him to you. Heck, she would probably even want you to meet him." Reba froze. The words hung in the air, ringing with an undeniable, terrifying truth. Barbara Jean had literally begged Reba to meet Jordan that very morning. Meet him? Oh, Reba gasped, the puzzle pieces slamming together in her mind. She turned on her heel and began marching down the driveway with sudden, fierce purpose. "Where are you going?" Van called out after her. Reba did not look back. "Go down to the gym with the rest of the wackos." Van grinned, bouncing the basketball again. "All right, well, keep those arms a-swinging." The gym was a sensory assault. Bright fluorescent lights glared off mirrored walls. The air was thick with the smell of sweat, rubber, and an overwhelming amount of expensive cologne. Techno music pulsed through hidden speakers, setting a frantic, aggressive rhythm. Reba stood awkwardly near the entrance, feeling entirely out of place in her comfortable home clothes. Everywhere she looked, impossibly fit people were lifting heavy metal objects and running nowhere on expensive machines. "Oh, hey, Reba, you came," a voice called out. Reba turned to see Barbara Jean approaching, practically glowing with exertion. She was wearing a sleek, form-fitting workout outfit that left very little to the imagination. "Yeah," Reba replied, her eyes darting nervously around the room. "Man, there is a lot of beautiful people around here. You should see them naked in the shower." Barbara Jean laughed, taking Reba by the arm and leading her deeper into the gym. "Hey, Jordan." A man stepped away from a weight bench and turned toward them. He was tall, incredibly muscular, and possessed a smile that belonged on a billboard. He wiped sweat from his brow with a pristine white towel. Hey! Ready to start, Barber Jean? Jordan asked, his voice a deep, soothing rumble. Yeah, Barber Jean replied, practically vibrating with excitement. Jordan looked Barber Jean up and down, a look of professional appreciation on his face. Hey, you look great in that outfit. Barber Jean beamed, striking a pose. Oh, well, you know, the other woman is getting kind of baggy. She turned to Reba, winking. Can you believe her? She did the impossible. She lost all that weight and kept these fellas. Oh. She shimmied her shoulders playfully. Reba felt her face flush with embarrassment. Okay, Jordan, this is my friend, Reba. Jordan extended a massive hand. Hey, I am Jordan. Reba shook it tentatively, feeling her bones grind slightly under his grip. I am Reba. So, you going to join us, Reba? Jordan asked, gesturing toward the mats. Reba took a step back, holding up her hands. Oh, I do not know. I just think that me and my fellows will just watch for a while. Jordan frowned, crossing his massive arms. Well, Reba, you are not going to get into shape by just watching. You need to sweat a little. Yeah, but you guys got to understand, it has been a while since I have been in a gym like this, and I do not think. Hello, there, Jordan interrupted, turning his attention back to Barber Jean. He guided her to a blue mat on the floor. Barber Jean, you really are getting limber. Reba watched, her eyes widening in horror, as Jordan instructed Barber Jean to lie on her back. He then proceeded to lift one of her legs, stretching it in a way that seemed physically impossible and entirely inappropriate. Remember when you could not put your leg over my head? Jordan asked cheerfully, holding her ankle near his ear. Barber Jean giggled. Remember when I did not want to? Reba felt her jaw drop. She looked around frantically, wondering if anyone else was witnessing this bizarre display. Is that legal? I mean, necessary? Jordan did not even look up. It is critical to stretch the muscles out before you exercise them. Yeah, Barber Jean agreed, her voice strained but happy. Otherwise, you could really hurt something. Turn over, Jordan commanded gently. Barber Jean flipped onto her stomach. Jordan knelt beside her, placing his hands firmly on her lower back. Reba, you need to watch this one. This one is my favorite. Reba took a step closer, unable to look away from a train wreck. Jordan pushed down gently on Barber Jean's back, pulling her arms upward. All right, Jordan said, his voice dropping an octave. Now, this gives a good stretch to the back and chest muscles. Really should do this once a day. Barber Jean let out a low moan of approval. Oh, I would do it all day if I could. Reba felt sweat beading on her forehead. The temperature in the room suddenly felt oppressive. She fanned her face with her hand. You know, is this one of these gyms that has the heat on real high? I am sweating. Jordan finally released Barber Jean, clapping his hands together. Okay, oh wow, time for some weightlifting. Reba let out a massive sigh of relief. Oh good, that is enough of that stretching. Hello. Jordan guided Barber Jean over to a large, imposing machine covered in pulleys and weights. Okay, knock this out. Yeah, okay, Barber Jean chirped, gripping the handles and pulling down with surprising strength. All right. Reba watched for another minute. The image of the stretching routine burned indelibly into her brain. She backed away slowly toward the exit. You know, I think I have seen enough. Barber Jean let go of the handles, wiping her brow. So, what do you think? You have any interest in getting a personal trainer? Reba forced a laugh, shaking her head. Only if he takes me out to dinner first. Barber Jean walked over, placing a hand on Reba's shoulder. Are you sure, Reba? Seriously, this is one of the best relationships I have ever had. Reba swallowed hard, the word relationship ringing loudly in her ears. Oh, I think Jordan has his hands full with you. Oh, you are a beginner. Reba, Barbara Jean said cheerfully. You will start with Dot.
Dot.
A woman the size of a small mountain stepped out from behind a row of treadmills. She was wearing a tight black tank top that strained against massive, terrifyingly defined biceps. She had a severe haircut and a scowl that could stop a clock. Yeah, Dot barked, her voice sounding like grinding gravel. Barbara Jean smiled brightly, pointing at Reba. This is Reba. She seems a little tense. I would spend some extra time on the stretching. Dot cracked her knuckles, a sound like a dry branch snapping. She pointed a massive finger at the floor mat. Hey, get down there. Reba did not wait. She turned and sprinted out the glass doors of the gym, not stopping until she was safely in her car with the doors locked. The drive home was a blur of panic and guilt. She had gone to spy just like Brock had asked, and she had seen something that she could not unsee. The intimacy, the touching, the casual way Barbara Jean spoke about their relationship. It was a disaster waiting to happen. When she finally pulled into her driveway, she found Brock pacing the porch, chewing his fingernails to the quick. As soon as Reba stepped out of the car, he practically tackled her. So, did you see him? Brock demanded, his eyes wild. What is he like? Is he little? Could I take him? Reba leaned against her car, catching her breath. He is big, but he is not as big as Dot. Brock waved his hands, dismissing the confusing name. So, what do you think? Is there something going on there? Reba hesitated. She looked at Brock, seeing the genuine fear in his eyes. He loved Van blinked, shaking his head. What? We have been staring at her for, the past 2 hours. He tilted his head, studying Barbara Jean with clinical interest. Well, she is pretty. Barbara Jean beamed, striking another pose. I am pretty. Reba rolled her eyes. Well, of course you are. You have always been pretty. But she is new pretty. Oh, Van. That is such a funny story you can tell to your next wife, Shine said, her voice dripping with venom, her arms crossed tightly over her chest. Van, completely oblivious to his wife's rising fury, turned back to Barbara Jean. Van, you really think that I am new pretty? Barbara Jean asked, batting her eyelashes. Oh, yeah, Van nodded enthusiastically. You are like a bleached-out Halle Berry. Barbara Jean giggled a high, musical sound. Thank you. You are welcome, Van replied, pleased with his own compliment. He stood up, stretching. I am going to go make some calls. As Van left the room, Brock entered, his brow furrowed in deep thought. He walked over to Barbara Jean, looking incredibly uncomfortable. So, Barbara Jean. Yeah? She asked, turning her bright, smiling face toward him. Brock cleared his throat, adjusting his collar. Is it true that when you lose a bunch of weight, you want to do,
Bounce ka bounce.
Before Barbara Jean could process this bizarre line of questioning, Van poked his head back into the kitchen, a look of sudden realization on his face. Van! Cheyenne shouted, her voice shrill with indignation. Van rushed over to his wife, enveloping her in a tight hug. Oh, Cheyenne, do not be upset. You are still hot. He pulled back, looking deeply into her eyes, searching for the perfect compliment. You are like a bleached-out Jan Brady.
Januari Jan Brady.
Cheyenne's mouth dropped open. She shoved him away, her face turning crimson. I am Marcia.
Marcia, Marcia, Marcia.
She stormed out of the kitchen, leaving Van looking utterly confused. Barbara Jean, oblivious to the marital strife erupting around her, turned back to Reba, her eyes sparkling with a new idea. So, Reba, I got an idea. You should come down to the gym and meet Jordan, my trainer. Reba took another sip of her smoothie, trying to mask her revulsion. Seriously, he will change your life. I mean, he is so much more than a personal trainer. He taught me how to work out and eat right. Barbara Jean leaned in, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. We go over the clothes I am going to wear, the movies I am going to see. Reba choked on her smoothie, coughing loudly. Whoa, the movies you are going to see? What has that got to do with you getting in shape? Barbara Jean waved her hand, a dismissive, airy gesture. Oh, nothing. We just have the same sense of humor. That Tim Allen just kills us. I mean, whether he is playing a dog or Santa Claus, you just buy it. So, you will come meet Jordan. Reba shook her head firmly. No. Oh, come on, Reba, Barbara Jean pleaded, pouting her lips. I want my best girlfriend to meet my best boyfriend. She gasped, her hands flying to her mouth. Boyfriend? Oh, whoops, that came out wrong. Brock, who had been lingering by the door, stiffened, his eyes narrowing at his wife's slip of the tongue. Reba held up her glass, forcing a tight smile. Oh, well, thanks anyway. But I am just going to be here with my smoothie. Delicious, just like fruit gravy. Brock stepped forward, attempting to casually interject himself into the conversation. Oh, hey, Barbara Jean, here you are. Listen, how would you like to go out and grab a quick lunch? Just the two of us. Barbara Jean looked at her watch, a sleek, digital fitness tracker. Oh, honey, I cannot. I am going to the gym. Brock's face fell, a mixture of disappointment and rising suspicion clouding his features. Well, cannot you skip it just this once? Come on. I will take you to that romantic French place you like so much. Barbara Jean laughed, patting his cheek patronizingly. Really? Skip the gym and eat French food? No confondu bras. With a bright wave, she grabbed her gym bag and practically skipped out the front door. Brock watched her go, his shoulders slumping. He turned to Reba, pacing the floor. Man, she blew me off again. All she wants to do is go down to the gym and spend time with Jordan, her trainer. Exactly. Reba sighed, walking over to the sink to rinse out her glass. Frankly, I like the new butt, but the new attitude not so much. Brock snorted, crossing his arms. Oh, that is really funny coming from the old butt. Reba turned slowly, fixing him with a look that could curdle milk. Brock swallowed hard, realizing his mistake. He quickly shifted gears back to his primary concern. Jordan is so great, Brock mimicked, pitching his voice high. Jordan is so toned and funny. Well, I got news for you. Nobody is toned and funny. Reba leaned against the counter, drying her hands on a towel. Brock, you are overreacting. Oh, really? Brock challenged, pacing faster now. Yeah, I think she might be having an affair with this guy. Barbara Jean with her trainer? I mean, sure, he is probably a better man than you are. Better looking and younger. Reba raised an eyebrow. But Brock stopped pacing, turning to Reba with a look of desperate pleading. That is it. Reba, I need you to help me out. I want you to go down to the gym and see if there is anything going on. You know, spy on him for me. Reba dropped the towel onto the counter, shaking her head adamantly. No way, you know. Barbara Jean may have a long list of faults, and I have that list if you need a copy. But she is nothing if not faithful. Yeah, right? Brock scoffed, running a hand through his hair. Up until now. But now that she is thin and hot, she has all kinds of options. Reba softened slightly, seeing the genuine pain and insecurity in her ex-husband's eyes. It was strange to see him so vulnerable. Look, Brock, if it is worrying you that much, be honest with her. Tell her how you feel. Tell her that you just need a hug every now and then. Brock stared at her for a moment before bursting into a bitter laugh. Oh, now there is a great idea. See? Why, since my competition is a macho, muscular dude, I should go the other way and appear all weak and whiny. Your solutions are ridiculous. Reba makes me to spy on those. Stupid. He trailed off, muttering incoherently as he stormed out of the kitchen, leaving Reba alone with the lingering scent of old pizza and fresh anxiety. Later that afternoon, Reba found herself sitting on the porch, staring blankly at the driveway. She was wearing comfortable sweatpants and a loose t-shirt, having completely abandoned the idea of a power walk. Van wandered out onto the porch, carrying a basketball. He looked down at her, a goofy grin on his face. Hard to believe they are supposed to be good for you. Hey, Mrs. H, you off for your power walk? Reba sighed, pulling her knees up to her chest. Man, I love old people. Power walking, moving along, swinging their arms, like there is a big sale for false teeth. Van chuckled, bouncing the basketball on the wooden planks. No, I am not going for my power walk, Reba confessed, looking up at the clear blue sky. This whole physical thing is getting everybody acting wacko. Van stopped bouncing the ball, leaning against the railing. What do you mean? Reba hesitated, then decided to confide in him. Well, your dad thinks that the guy who gave Barbara Jean her new body is wanting to take a forespin. He probably does. Van nodded sagely, as if this was the most obvious thing in the world. What are you talking about? Guys are pigs. They are dogs. They are all animals. They just care about hot women. They are hot dogs. Reba stared at him, marveling at the unique way his brain processed information. My point is that when you got a hot lady, you got to keep your guard up at all times. I used to, Van added, a touch of melancholy in his voice. Reba frowned. You used to? Van quickly waved his hands, realizing how terrible that sounded. No, baby, do not take it like that. It is just that I have grown into a mature, stable individual. That is all. Reba was not convinced, but she let it slide. She stood up, brushing off her pants. I thought you did not want me to leave you alone. Van pulled her close, kissing her deeply. Sometimes I want to feel new pretty. The morning sun streamed through the kitchen windows, illuminating a space that was usually a haven of warmth and the scent of freshly brewed coffee. Today, however, the kitchen felt like the aftermath of a natural disaster. The pantry doors stood wide open, exposing bare shelves that only yesterday had been fully stocked. The refrigerator hummed a lonely tune, its contents decimated. Reba stood in the center of the room, her hands planted firmly on her hips, staring at the devastation. She shook her head, a mixture of awe and profound irritation washing over her. That woman is out of control, Reba announced to the room at large, her voice carrying the weight of a besieged general. She is like a locust. She has eaten everything in the house. Cheyenne, her eldest daughter, leaned against the counter, inspecting an empty cardboard box that had once held her favorite cereal. She has eaten everything in Mr. H's house, too, Cheyenne added, tossing the empty box into the recycling bin. Look, even the salt and pepper shakers are empty. Van, Cheyenne's husband, sat at the kitchen table, idly spinning a barren fruit bowl. He looked up, his expression a mask of simple confusion. Why do not you just tell her she has eaten too much? He asked, looking directly at Reba. You tell her. Reba shot him a withering glare. No, you tell her. Van sighed, realizing he had walked right into a trap. He turned to Reba's youngest son, who was currently attempting to extract a microscopic crumb from a completely empty bag of chips. Rock, paper, scissors. Ben, you know you are going to lose. Ben, despite his youth, possessed a sharp, calculating mind. He narrowed his eyes at his brother-in-law. Not this time. Van held up his fist, shaking it with exaggerated drama. 1, 2, 3. Van extended his index and middle fingers. Ben calmly wrapped his small hand over Van's fingers, a flat palm, paper-covered rock. Dang it! Van cried out, staring at his hand as if it had betrayed him. How do you always beat me? Ben rolled his eyes, the weariness of dealing with Van evident on his young face. Because you always pick scissors. Van puffed out his chest, a defensive pride taking over. Of course I do. It is my system. He turned back to Cheyenne, hoping for a reprieve. So you will tell her? Cheyenne crossed her arms. Yeah, fine. She paused, a look of sudden dread washing over her features. No, I do not want to. She turned to Van, her eyes pleading. You tell her. Come on, you tell her. Please, please, please. No, Ben, why should I tell her? Van whined, gesturing wildly. Because girls can say that kind of stuff without having to come across like all they care about are looks. He paused, looking at his wife, a sudden, genuine smile breaking across his face. By the way, you have been looking hot lately. Cheyenne blushed, swatting at his arm playfully. Oh, you. Reba watched this display of young love and evasion with a heavy sigh. It was always up to her to handle the difficult tasks. She clapped her hands together once, bringing the room to attention. Look, sweetie, why do not I tell her? A collective sigh of relief washed over the kitchen. Thank you, Cheyenne breathed. Suddenly, the front door burst open, and a whirlwind of energy entered the house. It was Barbara Jean, Reba's former husband's new wife. She was practically vibrating with excitement, holding a large, flat cardboard box high above her head like a trophy. Hey, 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 Barbara Jean sang out, her voice bouncing off the walls. Guess who Luigi gave the free pizza to? Luigi does not have to roll it out of the bed every morning. Reba closed her eyes for a brief moment, summoning her patience. You know, Mom, we really do not need another pizza, Cheyenne offered gently, trying to head off the impending feast. I mean, it is really just the three of us. Barbara Jean waved her free hand dismissively, setting the pizza box down on the island with a triumphant thud. Oh, I know, but I had to take it. It was free. Somebody will eat it. Van immediately raised his hand, his eyes locked on the greasy cardboard. Oh, dibs. Reba decided it was time to intervene. She stepped forward, adopting a tone of forced cheerfulness. You know what, Mom? I am thinking maybe we should all try and get a little healthier around here. Barbara Jean looked genuinely baffled. She placed a hand over her chest. What are you talking about? I am very healthy. Before Reba could formulate a response, Brock, Reba's ex-husband and Barbara Jean's current husband, rushed into the kitchen. He looked panicked, his eyes darting frantically toward his wife. All right, that is it, Mrs. H., Brock commanded, pointing a stern finger at the pizza box. Drop it, Mrs. H. Drop it, drop it, drop it. Barbara Jean stared at him, utterly bewildered. Drop it. Brock moved closer, his voice softening into a tone of deep concern. Mrs. H., I cannot stand to see you do this to yourself. It is like you are trying to eat yourself to death. Why? What happened to you? What is different? The entire kitchen fell silent. They all stared at Barbara Jean. And then, as if the fog of morning had suddenly lifted, they truly saw her. She was standing differently. Her clothes hung loosely on her frame. The bubbly, chaotic energy was still there, but the physical presence was entirely transformed. Yoo-hoo! I am here, Barbara Jean announced, striking a dramatic pose, her hands on her newly defined waist. And I am thin. The silence in the room stretched out, thick and heavy. Ben, staring blankly, muttered under his breath. Yeah, thin is a stick, and dumb is one. Brock stumbled backward, rubbing his eyes furiously. Yikes, what is eating Cooper grape? Look at that, they look like the number 10. Reba watched Brock's reaction, a smirk playing on her lips. Oh, thank God it was just a nightmare, Brock whispered to himself, looking profoundly unsettled. But Barbara Jean was not a nightmare. She was wide awake, radiant, and entirely too energetic for this early hour. Yoo-hoo, I am here, and I am thin, she repeated, spinning around to show off her new figure. And the nightmare continues, Reba muttered, turning her back on the spectacle to face the blender. She began tossing various fruits and powders into the glass pitcher with aggressive determination. As the blender whirred to life, she sang softly over the noise, a sarcastic anthem of her own resilience. My roots are planted in the past, though my life is changing fast. Who I am is who I want to be. Single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I am a survivor. Ben tugged on Reba's sleeve, looking up with hopeful eyes. Mom, make us some pancakes. Reba turned off the blender, pouring a thick, unappetizing green sludge into a tall glass. No, I am making everyone a power smoothie. And this afternoon, I am taking a power walk. Van let out a short, barking laugh. Power walk? Oh, forget your power cane. Cheyenne slapped his arm again, harder this time. Van, that is not nice. Mom does aerobics. She could shatter her hip. Reba glared at her daughter, taking a slow, defiant sip of the green sludge. She grimaced internally but kept her face stoic. And yet, in the blink of an eye, I can make you both homeless. Barbara Jean, having finished admiring her reflection in the oven door, flounced back to the center of the room. Hey, everybody. I am here and I am. Oh, shut up and have a donut, Reba snapped, her patience finally fracturing. Barbara Jean gasped, looking genuinely hurt. Oh, Reba, you are not still trying to lose weight by drinking those power smoothies. Are you? Jordan, my trainer, says that those are loaded with hidden carbs. Reba set the glass down with a sharp clack. Barbara Jean, I am all for adopting a healthy new lifestyle. But seriously, I mean, there has to be some sort of... She trailed off, noticing that Van was staring at Barbara Jean with an unblinking, glassy-eyed focus. Reba snapped her fingers in front of his face. Will you stop staring at her? Brock crossed his arms over his chest, his anger finally bubbling over the surface. Oh man, did you honestly think that I would not find out about you and Jordan? Barbara Jean's face went entirely blank with absolute, genuine confusion. What? We were working out. It was perfectly innocent. Brock turned to Reba, gesturing wildly toward her. Reba, tell him what you saw. Reba instantly shrank back in her chair, wanting absolutely nothing to do with the explosive confrontation she had inadvertently caused. I do not want to get involved. She said you are having an affair, Brock stated plainly, staring directly into his wife's eyes. Barbara Jean gasped, staggering backward as if she had been physically struck. Any more than I already am. Okay, Jordan and I are not having an affair. He is gay. The kitchen fell entirely silent. The ticking of the wall clock suddenly sounded like a deafening drumbeat. What? Brock whispered, all the righteous anger instantly draining out of his body, leaving behind a profound sense of foolishness. Barbara Jean turned to Reba, her eyes blazing with absolute fury. Reba, do you honestly think I would let a straight man grab my breasts? Brock choked on his own breath, his eyes bugging out of his head in fresh panic. Excuse me, he grabbed your breasts? He is gay. He was not touching them, Barbara Jean clarified loudly, her hands on her hips. He was arranging them. Carry on with your lives. Brock sank slowly back into his chair, rubbing his face with both hands, entirely overwhelmed by the bizarre turn of events. No, Reba, Barbara Jean continued, her voice trembling with genuine hurt and frustration. Everything is not fine. I had no idea you were so threatened by the new me. The slim waist, the toned legs, the phallus. Reba looked up, totally bewildered by the sudden accusation. The phallus. The girls, Barbara Jean corrected herself quickly. Oh, the puppies. Reba stood up, her own anger beginning to rise. I am not threatened by you. Barbara Jean crossed her arms tightly, matching Reba's defensive posture. Really? Yeah, Reba insisted, her voice firm. Then why did you go down to the gym? Barbara Jean challenged, her eyes narrowing suspiciously. What, were you spying on me? Reba hesitated, the absolute truth catching painfully in her throat. She looked down at the floor, unable to maintain eye contact.
No.
She paused, taking a long, deep breath. Okay. Yes. I went down to the gym because I thought there was something going on between you and Jordan. Barbara Jean's defensive posture vanished entirely, replaced by a deep, genuine hurt. Why would you think that? Reba looked up, the raw honesty finally breaking through her sarcastic defenses. Because you have changed. I have not, Barbara Jean replied softly, her voice barely above a whisper. Yes, you have, Reba insisted gently. Ever since you lost all that weight, you are pushy and obnoxious, and you always want to be the center of attention. Brock slowly raised his hand from his face, looking between the two women. Hello? I have always been that way, Barbara Jean argued. Brock nodded slowly, a small, tentative smile touching his lips. She kind of got a point there. Yeah, well, something has changed, Barbara Jean, Reba said, her voice softening significantly. Barbara Jean sighed, the fight finally draining out of her. She looked at Reba with wide, vulnerable eyes. Yeah, the way you guys look at me, I am still the same Barbara Jean I always was. I am just less winded. Reba stood in silence for a long moment, letting the absolute truth of Barbara Jean's words sink in. The realization was uncomfortable, but entirely necessary. I know she might be right. Could be us. Brock stood up, walking over to his wife and wrapping his arms securely around her waist, burying his face in her shoulder. I am sorry, honey. Reba just got me all worked up. That is. Reba held her hand up, stopping Brock from placing the entire blame on her. Look, Barbara Jean, the truth is I think I went down to the gym almost hoping that I would find you doing something wrong. You know, anything. So I could feel superior to you and your skinny butt. So, I am sorry. Barbara Jean's eyes widened in absolute shock, a massive, brilliant smile breaking across her face. Sorry? Yeah, Reba confirmed, nodding her head slowly. Barbara Jean squealed, throwing her hands up in the air in total triumph. This is great. For the first time since we have known each other, you want to be me. Reba immediately recoiled, her sarcastic defenses instantly snapping back into place. I do not want to be you. I know, Barbara Jean shouted joyfully, practically vibrating with happiness. It is even better. You want to look like me. Hey, where are you going? Reba was already halfway out the door, desperate to escape the absolute absurdity of the situation. Just going to go grab something to eat. I will see you next year. Upstairs, the atmosphere in Van and Cheyenne's bedroom was significantly quieter, but incredibly tense in a completely different way. Van was sitting on the edge of the bed, mindlessly flipping through channels on the television, his mind 1,000 miles away. Ben walked in, carrying a large bowl of popcorn. Hey, buddy, what are we watching? Van sighed heavily, tossing the remote onto the mattress. No, we are not. Ben paused, sensing his friend's melancholy mood. He held out his hand. Want a rock, paper, scissor for it? Let us go. Van looked at Ben, a faint smile finally touching his lips. You are going to pick scissors, are not you? Ben grinned widely. Get out. Just as Ben left the room, Cheyenne walked in. She was wearing a long, incredibly luxurious silk robe, her hair styled perfectly. She looked nervous, twisting her hands together anxiously. Hey, honey, she said softly. Van looked up, immediately entirely captivated by his beautiful wife. Hey, baby. Cheyenne sat down next to him on the bed, her eyes fixed firmly on the floor. I need to talk to you. Van shifted his position, giving her his complete, undivided attention. Oh, honey, I just got the television. Cheyenne took a deep, trembling breath, finally forcing herself to look into his eyes. Well, I started thinking that maybe you do not think of me as new pretty because I do not do enough to keep your interest. Van's heart instantly broke at the vulnerability in her voice. He reached out, gently cupping her face in his hands. No, honey, you were way hot. Guilty. Cheyenne managed a small, sad smile, pulling away slightly. But anyway, I thought that maybe I should, change my look every now and then just to keep things fresh. So, I bought a wig. She reached behind her, pulling out a bright, outrageously styled blonde wig, holding it up like a protective shield. Van gently took the wig out of her trembling hands, tossing it carelessly onto the floor. He leaned in close, his voice deep and incredibly sincere. Cheyenne, put that down. Listen to me. I think it is a good thing that when I look at you, I do not see the beautiful girl with the killer bod. Cheyenne's eyes filled with sudden, painful tears. She looked away, entirely crushed by his terrible choice of words. I see my wife, Van continued softly, gently turning her face back toward him. And I am attracted to her whether she is all dressed up, ready to go out, or just sitting on the couch wearing those washed-up flannel pajamas. Cheyenne blinked away the tears, searching his eyes for any sign of deception. Really? Yeah, Van said firmly, his thumb gently tracing the line of her cheekbone. You are beautiful to me because of who you are. Cheyenne let out a long, shuddering breath, a beautiful, genuine smile finally breaking through her intense insecurity. I feel kind of stupid. Van laughed, a warm, rich sound that filled the quiet room. He pulled her into a tight, incredibly loving embrace. That is also who you are, and I love it. Come on, you. He stood up, pulling her gently up with him. Cheyenne looked at him, confused but entirely willing to follow. Where are we going?
Von flesh to wikid, boish green.
Oh, we are going upstairs. Cheyenne laughed, playfully slapping his chest. Hold on, personal trainer. He taught me exactly how to work out and eat right. We go over the clothes I am going to wear, the movies I am going to see. Reba stopped wiping the counter, raising an eyebrow. Oh, the movies you are going to see? What does that have to do with you getting in shape? Oh, nothing, Barbara Jean giggled, waving a perfectly manicured hand. We just have the exact same sense of humor. That Tim Allen just kills us. I mean, whether he is playing a dog or Santa Claus, you just buy it completely. So, you will come meet Jordan? No, Reba said flatly. Oh, come on. Reba, Barbara Jean whined, her lower lip jutting out. I want my best girlfriend to meet my best boyfriend. She gasped, covering her mouth. Boyfriend? Oh, whoops. That came out entirely wrong. Oh, Reba muttered, a seed of suspicion planting itself firmly in her mind. Well, thanks anyway. But I am just going to be right here with my wonderful power smoothie. She took a sip and forced a smile. Delicious, just like fruit gravy. A few moments later, Brock walked into the kitchen, looking thoroughly distressed. He immediately gravitated toward Barbara Jean. Oh, hey, Barbara Jean, here you are. Listen, how would you like to go out and grab a quick lunch? Just the two of us? Oh, honey, I cannot, Barbara Jean said dismissively, checking her reflection in the microwave door. I am going to the gym right now. Well, can you not skip it just this once? Brock pleaded, his voice taking on a desperate edge. Come on, I will take you to that romantic French place you like so much. Really? Skip the gym and eat French food? No confondu bras, Barbara Jean laughed, grabbing her gym bag and breezing out the back door without looking back. Brock stared after her, his shoulders slumping. He turned to Reba, his expression a mixture of defeat and paranoia. Man, she blew me off again. All she wants to do is go down to the gym and spend time with Jordan, her trainer. Exactly, Reba nodded slowly, stirring her green sludge. Frankly, I really like the new but, Brock admitted, pacing the kitchen floor, but the new attitude, not so much. Oh, that is really funny coming from the old but, Reba quipped, unable to resist the opportunity. Brock ignored the jab, his mind racing. Jordan is so great, he mocked in a high-pitched voice. Jordan is so toned and funny. Well, I have got news for you. Nobody is toned and funny. Brock, you are overreacting, Reba sighed, leaning against the sink. Oh, really? Brock stopped pacing and looked her dead in the eye. Yeah, I think she might actually be having an affair with this guy. Reba stared at him in disbelief. Barbara Jean with her trainer? I mean, sure, he is probably a far better man than you are, much better looking and definitely younger. But that is exactly it, Brock interrupted, grabbing Reba by the shoulders. Reba, I desperately need you to help me out. I want you to go down to the gym and see if there is anything going on between them. You know, spy on him for me. No way. Reba pulled back, shaking her head firmly. You know, Barbara Jean may have a very long list of terrible faults. And I actually have that list if you ever need a copy. But she is nothing if not fiercely faithful. Yeah, right, Brock scoffed bitterly. Up until now. But now that she is entirely thin and hot, she has all kinds of new options. Look, Brock, if it is worrying you that much, just be honest with her, Reba advised softly, feeling a sudden pang of genuine sympathy for the man. Tell her exactly how you feel. Tell her that you just need a hug every now and then. Brock rolled his eyes dramatically. Oh, now, there is a great idea. See? Why, since my competition is a macho, muscular dude, I should go the completely opposite way and appear all weak and whiny. Your solutions are ridiculous. Reba. He stormed out of the kitchen, leaving Reba alone with her thoughts. She stared at the blender, muttering to herself. Makes me want to spy on those stupid people. Hard to believe these smoothies are supposed to be good for you. Later that afternoon, the living room was quiet until Van marched in. A deep frown etched across his face. Hey, Mrs. H, you off for your power walk? He asked, looking out the window. Man, I love old people. Power walking, moving along, swinging their arms wildly. Like there is a big sale for false teeth somewhere. No, I am not going for my power walk, Reba corrected him, walking into the room with her arms crossed. This whole physical fitness thing is getting everybody in this house acting completely wacko. What do you mean? Van asked, dropping onto the sofa. Well, your dad honestly thinks that the guy who gave Barbara Jean her brand new body is wanting to take a forespin with her. He probably does, Van said seriously, leaning forward. What are you talking about? Reba asked, taken aback by his certainty. Guys are absolute pigs. They are dogs. They are all wild animals. They just care about hot women. They are hot dogs. My point is that when you have a hot lady, you have got to keep your guard up at all times. I used to, Cheyenne muttered, walking down the stairs with a melancholic expression. You used to? Van gasped, jumping up from the couch. No, baby, do not take it exactly like that. It is just that I have grown into a mature, completely stable individual. That is all. Well, I do not like it, Cheyenne yelled, stomping her foot and turning back up the stairs. Reba mused, watching the drama unfold. Where have you been? She asked as Ben walked in. I went to get something to eat, Ben replied, holding a massive sandwich. Reba pondered again, turning back to Van. So, Ben, do you think that Brock might actually be right about this trainer? Sure, this guy could be hot for Barbara Jean, Ben reasoned between bites of his sandwich. But since Barbara Jean is not looking to play around, there is absolutely no problem. And it is completely obvious Barbara Jean is not looking. Why is this so obvious to you? Reba asked, genuinely curious. Two distinct reasons, Ben explained, holding up two fingers. One, Barbara Jean is terribly bad at keeping secrets. And two, she thinks of you as her absolute best friend. If she were actually fooling around with this guy, she would be constantly talking about him to you. Heck, she would probably even want you to meet him. Meet him? Reba gasped, the memory of the morning conversation flooding back. Oh my goodness! Where are you going? Ben called out as Reba grabbed her purse and headed for the door. I am going down to the gym with the rest of the wackos, Reba declared, determination setting in. All right, Ben chuckled. Well, keep those arms swinging. The gym was a loud, pulsating temple of shining metal, mirrored walls, and thumping electronic music. Reba walked through the glass doors, feeling instantly out of place in her casual day clothes amidst the sea of neon spandex. The air smelled of expensive cleaning supplies and exertion. Oh hey Reba, you actually came, a cheerful voice called out over the music. Reba turned to see Barbara Jean, glowing with sweat and happiness, standing next to a mountain of a man. Yeah, Reba replied cautiously, looking around the expansive room. Man, there are a lot of incredibly beautiful people around here. You should see them naked in the shower, Barbara Jean whispered loudly with a wink. Hey, Jordan, hey. Ready to start, Barbara Jean? The mountain of a man asked. His voice was smooth, and his muscles seemed to have muscles of their own. Yeah. Hey, you look absolutely great in that outfit, Barbara Jean complimented him brightly. Oh well, the other woman is getting kind of baggy, Jordan laughed easily. Barbara Jean turned to Reba with a look of pure awe. Can you believe her? She did the completely impossible. She lost all that massive weight and kept these fellas. She gestured broadly, causing Reba to wince slightly at the display. Oh. Okay, Jordan. Jordan, this is my good friend, Reba. Hey, I am Jordan. I am Reba, she said tightly, offering a strained smile. So, are you going to join us today, Reba? Jordan asked, his teeth impossibly white. Oh, I do not know, Reba stammered, taking a step back. I just think that, me and my fellows will just safely watch from the sidelines for a little while. Well, Reba, you are absolutely not going to get into shape by just standing there and watching, Jordan encouraged her warmly. You need to sweat a little bit. Yeah, but you guys have got to understand, it has been quite a while since I have been inside a gym like this, and I really do not think. Hello. There, Jordan interrupted, turning his full attention back to his client. Barbara Jean, you really are getting incredibly limber. Remember when you could not put your leg over my head?